Hey Gemsies, welcome back to my channel. I forgot that we're live streaming. I was just gonna say the usual stuff. Um, Welcome to another live stream. It's been so long since I did a live stream. I'm not even gonna bore you because I want us to just jump right into this heated debate that I've been seeing floating around YouTube. So yeah, if you do enjoy the content, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and obviously subscribe. We're building a generation of marriageable women. So let's see what the red pill has to say. I personally don't know much about the red pill. So this is going to be quite educational for me, and I'm excited for that. I'm a fan of Pearl. I really love her content. I love her style of asking questions. I just like her mind. I'm familiar with her fees through roommates. I used to watch them quite frequently, but not so much now. Not because of anything that I've heard or anything that I've seen. It's just I don't have time to consume content, and those are one of those it's one of the channels that I haven't been able to consume. So let us just get right into it and see what we can learn.
Welcome to the Just Pearly Things YouTube channel. Today, I have a special guest on the channel. Welcome, Hafiz.
What up? This is gonna be fun. I'm honestly, like I said, I definitely did land from a flight a couple hours ago, but I'm very excited. And like I told you, I don't like to talk before an episode. I
Okay.
feel like you ruin the best content. So I wasn't trying to be standoffish to you. I was just trying to say the good stuff when the cameras go on.
Got it.
Okay.
Guys, before we start, don't forget to like the video and ring that notification bell that we are going to be notified of my daily
Oops,
videos.
sorry.
Also, guys, we are introducing 4 membership tiers. So the first tier, you get to be a part of the live chat. Second tier, you get to be a part of the Discord and behind the scenes vlogs. Third tier, you get to connect with me on social media. And fourth tier, you get a one-on-one call with me once a month.
Wow.
So I've helped people grow on social media, so you guys should sign up for that. Like I
You
did with you a couple
Okay.
years ago.
Yes, you did. So it's really interesting because I meet a lot of people and I have a lot of sessions, but I'm really excited about your journey and learning about it because initially you asked me, did I watch your channel? I was like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't. I gotta give it 100, but I know of your channel, right? And then you made a reference that a couple years ago you signed up for a session with me. We talked about some of the things going on with your YouTube channel and your goals and your dreams. So it's interesting. I think it's like what 2-3 years later.
Yeah, I think it's like 2 years ago,
Yeah,
roughly.
2 years. Yeah, about 2020. Yeah, around that period of time. So I think it's really interesting to see where you've grown, what you believe, and then how does that flesh out into the world today.
Yeah, because at the time, you guys were one of the only like reasonably priced like consultations. So I was like, oh, I gotta sign up for this.
Back in those days, huh?
So, to start, could you tell them a little bit about your channel?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. So my name is Hafiz. I started a YouTube channel with four of my good friends
Hopefully
called the
everyone can
Roommates
hear
back
it.
in 2016.
Put up a bit.
And then eventually the Roommates
I
has
don't
grown and evolved in many different seasons of life. But basically what
I don't want the echo coming in, but hopefully it's not echoing. Hopefully. Hey Jared. Oh, it's good to see you here. Hopefully there isn't an echo. Because I got the microphone very close to me. Is the sound all right? Please let me know. And then we can continue with this, hot topic. Is the sound good? All good? All right, let's try
we
it.
said the Roommates
Let's see.
was it was a place where the everyday
Oh,
man can come to improve his life.
got
So
it.
we interview some of the best and brightest individuals, such as Jordan Peterson, Gary Vee, Patrick Bet Davis, Stefan Lavoisier, Jose Zuniga, Jonathan Haidt, and so on. Came on the show, and the whole goal was to be able to have these great conversations for the purpose of building up men. As that continued, I would also do live streams, but then I stopped doing live streams, and then eventually I would do occasional individual videos. So we did that for about 6-7 years, and now I'm transitioning to a lot more things that I'm more excited about. And yeah, so that's the elevator pitch about me and what I do.
Like
Okay.
what you're more excited about?
Well, I'm more excited about the standard, the organization that we created, and the standard is an exclusive community of high performing men,
Mhm.
Okay.
committed to helping one another unlock their full potential physically, emotionally, spiritually, and financially, and through the concept of digital cities. So really excited about this new thing that me and my business partner are building. So my guy Joseph Hines,
Mhm.
and just how it's going to change the world. Because I think
Okay.
level one is content, but I think level two is actual in person transformation, and that's what
Mm,
we're excited about in this next season of life.
okay.
So, my first question:
Go ahead.
would you consider yourself red pill?
Never in a million years.
Never.
Never in
Why?
a
Oh,
million years.
okay.
Why?
I think to me, first and foremost, I think I don't subscribe to any man-made ideology
Okay.
Okay.
because I think a lot of these ideologies put you in a box.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
I do subscribe to religion, and people can argue whether that's man-made or not.
Mhm.
That's going to be a great conversation, great debate. You get a guy like Sam Harris and Jordan Peterson had a great debate about
Mhm.
that. But in regards to man-made ideologies, I don't really subscribe to them as much, and I don't like to identify myself with something that somebody else has conjured up with their own personal opinion.
Okay.
And so I think in regards to the red pill is a very interesting space, a lot of interesting characters there. And I think the biggest challenge to me is the phrase that they use is that we're all we're doing is trying to share the truth about fill in the blank, right?
Mhm.
And
Okay.
to me, it's very, very arrogant as a human being to say I myself am the orator of the truth.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I know the truth. My studies are the accurate studies.
Mhm.
My ideas are the accurate ideas. I am the only individual who
Mhm.
knows these things. And so to me, that ideology seems very cult like,
Mhm.
in my opinion.
Mhm.
If you
Okay.
believe in them,
I'm learning about red pill. I don't know like the fundamentals of it, but in essence, I think for the most part, some of the things I do agree with. I'm hoping that this will be a teaching lesson if I can talk today. It's been a long day. Um, Hopefully, I can learn something from this conversation about what red pill is and why he doesn't subscribe to it. Yeah, I'm going to pick up the comments in a bit. I just want to get into the conversation a little bit more just so that I'm able to add something.
they give you praise words like, "Oh, yo, you're red pilled. You're an alpha male," right?
Uh-huh.
And if you disagree with them, they give you the curse words, right? You are blue pilled. You are a beta male, right?
Are you talking about like the comments section?
I'm just talking about this the idea of the
Okay.
philosophy, right?
Okay.
So the
Okay.
people who subscribe to their worldview are red pill individuals, right?
Uh-huh.
Their minds have been opened up to the truth, right?
Mhm.
The people who
Okay.
disagree with their ideas are considered
The
blue
truth
pill,
about
right? You have
women.
Mhm.
rejected the truth, i.e., the matrix, right?
Uh-huh.
The guy in the matrix, he said, "I want to go back in the machine, even though I
Uh-huh.
know it. I want to go back in the machine." So to me, that seems very cult-like in regards to the
Okay.
ideology, and so there's a lot of different reasons why I don't subscribe to it. But those are the few things I just cannot hold myself to an ideology that a certain
Mhm.
individual or individuals are communicating
Mhm.
without understanding the fullness of those ideas.
Mhm. Yeah, because they would
Mm,
say it's a praxeology, not an ideology.
Yeah, it's very easy to use words like that, but
Uh-huh.
then you break down what does that mean?
Yeah. So my question to you is like, what specifically do you
yeah,
disagree with?
Great
please do.
question. So when people say things like, "Okay, we're not an ideology, we're a praxeology,"
Uh-huh.
right? You have to ask yourself, are you teaching any ideas?
Uh-huh.
Like, is there any principles that your belief system is teaching? Because every human being's belief system
Mhm. Mhm.
teaches an ideas, right?
Okay.
Mhm.
And so for me, when I see that there are certain ideas and premises that are being taught,
Mhm.
therefore you cannot simply say we are not an ideology. There's no ideals that
Mhm.
represent the
Mhm.
things that we believe. And
Okay.
so an example of what are some of the things I disagree with, I
Okay. It's so late. I'm trying. I just want him to get to the point because I was hoping that, he'd have succinct points as to why he doesn't subscribe to this ideology. It's like he knows all the other stuff, but can't really be specific. That's why I haven't interjected yet. Um, okay, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's keep going.
think I primarily disagree with a lot of times the descriptions of marriage
Okay.
Okay.
and just how they analyze and describe marriage in today's world. I
Okay.
think I disagree with the
Mhm.
analysis of male-female nature. I think if you were to read a book like The Evolution of Desire by Dr. David Buss,
Mhm.
he's
Okay.
a world leading expert on human evolutionary psychology in regards to mating,
Mhm.
and he's fantastic. Buss School of Psychology is amazing,
Mhm.
and
Okay.
you actually read a person who's like a world-renowned expert on this topic,
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
and you hear about all the nuance. And I love Dr. Buss because Dr.
Mhm.
Buss understands the nuance and the cross-cultural studies
Mhm.
and so much data. And you were to read some of the more red pill,
Mhm.
You compel.
doctrinal
I was
books,
like,
you would be like,
okay.
wow, like it's literally like reading Dr. Seuss and reading something like Hamlet.
Mhm.
It's like night and day
Okay.
difference. And
Mhm.
so to me, I think I I I acknowledge that a lot of their ideas are truthful, like
Mhm.
any ideology,
Okay.
right?
Mhm.
Or whatever the heck word they're using nowadays to convince people that's not an
Mhm.
ideology.
Mhm.
Yes, those things there's truthfulness in it,
Mhm.
but there's a whole lot of lies and a whole lot of
Mhm.
information
Like
that is
what?
not statistically accurate.
Mhm.
And that's why I've always recommended people to
Mhm.
read books like The Evolution of Desire by Dr. David Buss, and then simply then read whatever red pill literature that you want and juxtapose those two
Mhm.
Okay.
ideas. And you'd be extremely astonished to the differences.
Well, it's just because everything you're saying is very broad.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you even said like their teachings on marriage, because like
What
from
is their
my
teaching on marriage?
understanding of red pill
Tell me.
is that they're not anti-marriage or pro-marriage. They're anti-marriage as it is today and the way the laws
Right.
are today.
Okay.
And do you disagree with that?
So
Well, I agree that, marriage isn't the way it used to be, mainly because of women, modern women wanting traditional men, but not moving in a traditional way. They're stubborn. The list can go on and on and on. And I empathize with men because I can tell that there are men that genuinely want to get married, and some are Christians and want to enter into that institution, that covenant. But you have to understand that there's laws of the land that most of the time does not favor the man. So I understand when men choose, even Christian men choose to opt out of that covenant or of out of that institution. And I think I watched, is it Chisha Z? Yeah, Chisha. I always get the name a bit tangled. I do apologize. He's a Christian, and I remember him talking about wanting to get married, but he's trying to figure out a way to go about it so that, it doesn't have to go through, let's say, the law or whatever, because of all of these puppet strings that are attached to the institution. And I get it. I get it. So I'm hoping that Hafiz can go into details about what he really disagrees with, some concrete facts. Let me pick up some comments. So, so Jared said, I don't like this Hafiz, guys. Oh, I don't like this Hafiz guy's emotional yeah, honestly, let's see. He said, Hafiz energy is weak, beta acquiescing to mainstream. Uh-oh. Hafiz is misinformed by the few who have misrepresented the red pill. I think that's what it is. I get that you can be against an ideology, okay? But then to say that you don't agree with anything, okay, he did say, actually, I take that back. He did say that he agrees with some of the stuff. He just doesn't subscribe to it. Okay, so at least he can acknowledge that. But we're only what, 5 or so minutes in, 8 minutes. So let's just keep it going. The Hawk TV. Hi, salut. I'm back. Let's continue.
so I'm gonna give you an example,
Okay.
and I'm excited because I'm really excited about the way you're processing this.
Yeah.
So let's go into marriage. So here's a fundamental challenge.
The way you're processing this. Okay. What does he mean, the way you're processing this? Is it because he's long winded and he's aware that he's long winded and he appreciates that she's able to keep up? Okay. But I don't know where that comment came from.
Okay.
Mhm.
So red pill is very broad,
Okay.
Okay.
very broad, right?
Really? I don't think so, actually.
You don't think so?
No.
So do you think a person like Alpha Male Strategies
Mhm.
teaches the same exact ideas as Coach Greg Adams?
I know more about Alpha Male Strategies than Coach Greg Adams. I
Mhm.
haven't watched a lot of Coach Greg.
Okay.
AMS, he's like, the fuck these hoes to sleep.
Yeah, but he's evolved. That's
Yeah.
old school AMS.
I don't know. If a guy tells me he watches AMS, I'm like, I gotta run.
Yeah.
But even to that point, right?
Yeah.
So you're like, I gotta run.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of there's individuals like Steffes Cole. I'm not sure if Steffes Cole still call himself Red Pill, but you have the Steffes Cole guys.
Mhm.
Right.
A lot different than Coach Red Pill.
Okay.
A lot different.
Okay.
So what I'm articulating is that within the Red Pill umbrella,
Yeah.
there's a diversity of individuals.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's far right, there's guys who are a little bit more balanced.
Just like religion that he subscribes to, there's so many denominations, and if you go to Ghana, literally every corner someone's a pastor. So I get where he's going, but I'm hoping that he will also acknowledge that even though it's broad, let's say with Christianity, they all believe that there's God. Well, not all of them, but for the most part, there's God, Holy Spirit, and there's Jesus, but we won't go into the ins and outs of the interpretations of it. So hopefully he can acknowledge that even though it's broad, even though that there's far right, far left, there are some things that are true and we still need to acknowledge, because men need to protect themselves nowadays. And I appreciate content creators or ideologies or is it praxeology? I don't know what the other word was. That helps men become wiser, and can protect themselves in today's day and age, because the system's not going to protect you. So yeah.
So what usually happens when we're having this conversation, which requires so much nuance, and I'm glad we're able to dive into it, is that when you're describing the red pill, what people want to do is one of two things. You either want to steel man them or you want to straw man them. The argument that you're probably feeling like, and some people may feel like, is I straw man them, right? You pick the worst ideas of the red pill,
Okay.
the worst content creators, and then you define the red pill as that.
Okay.
But then on the flip side is a steel man, where you find some of their best, brightest ideas, ignore all the negativity, nonsense ideas, and define that as a red pill.
No, I mean,
Right.
to me, it's like there's a base set of ideas, and people have different ideas of what to do with
Who
it.
defines the base set of ideas?
I would say that I think that's mostly who defines the base. I would say Rollo Tomasi. I think he seems to be like leading that today, but before it seems like it was Patrice O'Neill possibly.
Right.
So you think Patrice O'Neill was?
No, I think a lot of it seems like a lot of ideas derived from him, but it seems like it goes around Rollo Tomasi. That's what it seems like.
So the interesting part of the conversation, going back to the red pill conversation, because I know you want to talk about this, is that there is no single source. There's no doctrinal source. There's a lot of individuals who've written their books and shared their ideas as red pill, and depending on what school of thought you're in, a lot of individuals will say, well, that's not red pill for me. He's not red pill for me. Maybe in your world, he's red pill for you. And some people, red pill for them might be Coach Greg Adams. People, red pill for them might be Fresh and Fit. People, red pill for them might be AMS. People, red pill for them might be Coach Red Pill.
Look at you.
For them,
But they all seem to say the same ideas.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
It's
like, so I'm just like, if we're gonna say they're different, like what is different?
Okay, so in regards to each individual, I can't get into the nuances of each individual. So there are some individuals who are, when it comes to marriage, are explicitly marriage. I think the whole institution of marriage in the Western world is done. It's over. It doesn't work. It's a failed system. X, Y,
I agree.
X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's why why red pill aligns to you, because those emotional sentiments rock.
He said emotional sentiments. I see a ring on his finger, so I'm sure he's married. I'm gonna reserve my comments. Okay, let's
you.
Go.
So then there's
not emotional. It's because of the legal, the way it is.
Yeah,
100%. So those legal sentiments, rock with you, and we can get into how does those things fleshed out. But then on the flip side, which you have other individuals who say, well, in actuality, well, I do believe that in the sanctity and the beauty of marriage.
Mhm.
And if you're going to do marriage outside of the state,
Mhm.
I'm all for it, right?
Mhm.
So yeah,
Okay.
some people is like, even with or without the state,
Mhm.
institution is broken, women
Mhm.
are broken,
Mhm.
society is broken, doesn't even matter. And
Yeah.
some
Okay.
people are like, well, outside of the state,
Yeah.
I support it, I agree with
Well,
it.
it
So there's
seems like
nuance in that.
their prescriptions are different, but their description is the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same. I think they're just creating awareness so that men are not going in blindly, because there are people out there who don't, they aren't aware of, the ins and outs of the legal system and all the above. So I appreciate content creators or spaces where men can gain this information, where, women can't have access to it, so to speak. I want them to come into marriage. Yes, marriage is a great institution, blah, blah, blah. But if you go in there and the legal system catches you or has you in a chokehold, you're going to think otherwise. And when you get there, there isn't no God. There is no God there. As Coach Greg Adams? Yeah, that's what he said, that I think it triggered Hafiz so much. Let's see. There is nothing masculine there. Uh-oh. Yeah, he's extremely long-winded. He didn't used to be like this. At least I don't remember this from, back in the day when I used to watch The Roommates. Unless it's because he had his the co-host and the guest on the channel. I'm not sure if that's why I didn't get that from him. But there are a couple of times he's flashed on my Instagram somewhere, like on the explore page, and he's very like expressive and like, for a minute I was like, oh, like with the lighting and the setup, I was like, is he trying to reenact like Kevin Samuel's studio? But I was like, okay, what's going on? I'm not saying that only Kevin can do what he was doing, but I just find that maybe he's still trying to find himself in a way. But I don't watch him enough to be drawing any kind of conclusions. But for the most part, so far, he's quite long-winded. He hasn't been concrete or concise. And I still don't know what he disagrees with per se. Yeah, it's just very fluffy at the moment.
Yeah, but
Typically. So like they'll say these are the flaws in women, these are the flaws in marriage, but like they have different prescriptions. So some people will still go through with it with a
Mhm.
prenup, and other people will say screw it all
yeah.
together.
And so prescribing a behavior
Yeah.
is telling people what to do.
Uh-huh.
And
Yes.
telling people what to do
No, it's giving them
also
information.
creates a form of an ideology. So if
Uh-huh.
I say I have
Mhm.
10 rules that
Mhm.
I believe men should follow,
Mhm.
and then say I have no ideology,
Mhm.
that doesn't make any sense.
Mhm.
So to me, an ideology isn't a bad thing. I have an ideology.
Mhm.
You have an ideology.
Mhm.
Every human
Okay.
has an ideology.
Mhm.
So my biggest argument is
Mhm.
not that the ideology is bad, but
Mhm.
don't lie and say that you don't have an ideology when we all have an ideology.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, we have an ideology. Then what? Okay, we have an ideology. I don't know. Has anyone in the red pill stood up and said we don't have an ideology? Because he's just cancelled out his statement saying that you have an ideology, I have an ideology. So even if the red pill says that they don't have an ideology, they do have an ideology. So we agree on that. And so what? The question still remains that they are prescribing something, they're creating awareness. So if they do create the awareness and they say, hey, these are the 10 things to be aware of, what is wrong with that? Just because it's an ideology, that's why you have an issue with it. Coming from someone who subscribes to religion, and it's not looking too well, because anytime he's talking about this so like rigid, I'm like, that's the same thing they could say about what you subscribe to, the religion and stuff. And then it's like, that's why a lot of people are like, don't want to have conversations with Christians, because we're so sometimes we need to break free out of that and be objective sometimes, actually all the time. But let's keep going.
So in regards to the original
Mhm.
question
Mhm.
about the red pill, I believe a lot of what they say is half truths. And like I said, for example,
Like what?
if you really analyze human and male nature and female nature,
Mhm.
there's a lot of really dark and disturbing things about female nature when you can get to the rawness of it, right? And if you were an individual and you were simply communicating those raw, dark truths about what was true, it could be very simple to realize that, wow, man, these are really, really bad things.
I'll give you an example. Felons have 30% more children than non-felons.
I love it.
Yeah.
So so you just threw out a number.
Yeah.
I've never heard that. You have nothing to back it up. So another example is, I'm sorry, we got to stop there. What happens in this community? What happens with the people who have this school of thought? They'll throw out numbers. Where did that stat come from?
Where did it come from?
Where did it come from?
Off the top of my head, I don't know, but it's easy to Google.
I know
like
it's
if
easy.
You,
I know
like if you Google it, it's like at the top of Google.
It's easy to Google, right?
Yeah.
But the reality of the matter is, when people are sharing their statistics and numbers, a lot of times they don't know. They can't even tell you the primary source.
Okay.
So,
right, because it's like off the top of your head. You're not going to know, like
100%.
right
But why should I believe you? Why should
no one's saying believe it. Okay. Why is he getting oh God. When someone puts out a statistic, my first thing isn't like, where'd you get that source from? I'll probably only get defensive, actually not even defensive. If it doesn't sit right with me, I'll probably ask for further clarity, but I wouldn't really get defensive, like, I don't want to believe that. I don't know where he was going with that one. Oh, this is a struggle so far.
Okay, but
I'm only 13 minutes
if I got
in.
you the stat, I could look it up now.
I know you could look. You can take your time. You can pause the episode. You can look it up. But my point is that a lot of times in this community, they'll throw statistics and data at you. You're not privy to the statistics and data.
Yeah.
Some of it is true. Some of it is false, right? And I can go into some of the truths and false as well. And so because you're not able to simply look things up, you're in a conversation where you're like, okay, I'm gonna give this person the benefit of the doubt. But if the data is simply skewed by sheer numbers, it can totally dispel whether this person's communicating the truth or not.
Yeah, but
I get that, but a statistic, you can always go and check it, fact check it, So I don't know where his point is. I don't know where he's going with that point. Because this isn't an opinion. This is something you can Google and find out. Because now when they do go onto Google and give you the stats and it does tally up, then what? Then that means that argument, it's like you're talking about one thing here, and then he latches onto something that has nothing to do with it. It makes the point there, and then you're like, what were we even talking about? Jesus Christ. Okay, let's keep going.
It's easy to just like Google it.
I know, but what I'm saying is, listen carefully. If you and I are having a podcast conversation and you have 15 data points that justify your worldview, but you don't know the source, you know the primary, secondary source, we could stop this episode, and every time you pull up numbers, we could look at it. You can look them up, you can pull them up, you can show it to me, but that's going to take too long. So usually in conversations like this, you're not able to do so. So therefore, what you're forced to do in these conversations is whenever someone gives you a statistic, the individual's called to believe it. And I've seen that happen myself because I'm a data.
You don't necessarily have to believe it, but if it doesn't sit right with you, maybe ask what is it that you don't agree with? Is it because it's too alarming, too low, too big? What is it? Because once they are able to cite their source, then where does the conversation go? It's like we're arguing about something that could easily be fact checked, and then it's like, where were you going with that point?
The person as well. You've consumed my content, so you know some of it. I'm a data person myself, so when I share data, there's times where I'm like, oh well, that number was wrong, but because we're in the middle of a conversation, people simply believe me. And so to me,
and this is, I just remembered what they were talking about. I think Hafiz said something about men and female. It was about male and female nature, and then literally it was probably a passing joke that Pearl said, like, this does this. Let me just give you a stat. He went 100%, and it was like, oh, actually, let me latch on to this and take this conversation even further away from the red pill. Oh my God. Oh, all right, let's go.
Which is fine, then you just update it.
I know,
Yeah.
but in the midst of the conversation, when we're having these conversations and when we're sharing all these data,
Yeah.
a lot of people will spew data and numbers
I
that they
understand.
don't even,
Sometimes,
they don't,
yeah,
it can be truly false.
I understand.
Yeah.
Sometimes misinformation happens.
100%.
Yeah,
And
I
it's not
understand.
perfect. I'm not saying you're trying to deceive me,
Yeah.
but what I'm saying is that there has to be a level of accountability
Uh-huh.
when we're saying this is the truth.
Uh-huh.
So for one of the
Okay.
things that I've been improving on in regards to my speech is that if I share a number, if I really don't know the primary source or I'm not willing to pull it up immediately,
Mhm.
right, I'll say, well, you know what, I think this is the number, or I'm not
Uh-huh.
sure this is the number.
Uh-huh.
But what happens is when you say 110%, this is true. The divorce rate in America is 50%.
Uh-huh.
It's true. And then you
Uh-huh.
share these explicit narratives.
Okay.
And then when you simply analyze them and break them down, you realize that's not the case.
Yeah, but then you switch it. But
Yeah.
I don't think it's wrong to just say a number.
It's nothing wrong.
And then I look it up and it's right. Like I've
But-
looked that up
But
before.
that's not what I think you're
Yeah.
getting lost. You're getting lost in the specific point. I'm talking about the meta point.
What? She's getting lost? You lost me, sweetheart. You lost me a while ago. Honestly. We're 16 minutes in, people. We're 16 minutes in. Whew.
The meta point is that when people are communicating statistics,
Uh-huh.
the audience is totally dependent upon the orator. And
Girls
if
like,
that person
okay.
says, I am the bearer of the truth,
Mhm.
a lot of times in the midst of a conversation, a lot of people communicate numbers that may or may not be true.
Yeah.
I get
So my
that.
biggest thing is that when a lot of these individuals are communicating numbers,
Mhm.
I'm the kind of person where I'm like, hey, let's stop, let's analyze them, and let's see whether they're true or not.
Is there a common talking point
Yeah.
that isn't true that you're thinking of?
Mhm.
I think one of the biggest conversations that is not discussed is how marriage has changed from the 90s till today.
Okay, go on.
If you look up the divorce rates, divorce rates have been decreasing from the 1990s until today. There's a lot of
Okay.
different
Mhm.
studies and a lot of different analyzation.
Go on.
A lot of different.
Mhm.
So, are you listening? Or are you trying to talk?
Uh-huh.
Hey.
I'm
listening.
curious.
What's going on? This okay, I don't really know if he's like that. But what's good? Hey, are you listening or are you breathing? Hey. Oh my god. I bet all she did was blink.
Curious.
I'm listening.
Because you kind of seem like you're waiting for me to stop talking so you can say something.
No, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm listening.
So, in regards to the divorce numbers, a lot of the divorce numbers that are communicated today, they're not also those are a lot of previous numbers. And when you're factoring into the trends that are leading to the lowering of divorce rates, as well as all the different cross-cultural analysis of divorces, there's a lot that can be learned about divorces. So, in regards to the Western world and a lot of the divorces having issues, they're 100% right. But we have to communicate. Well, here's the reality. The divorce rate has been going down. And why has the divorce rate been going down?
Okay.
And the reason why the divorce rate is going down is because we've learned a lot of different things about marriage, about divorce, about why the divorce rate skyrocket initially in 1970s to begin with. And so
Okay.
there's a lot
What
of,
is it?
when you hear a number, statistics are great under the broad scope of a conversation. But when you're really trying to dive deeper into what's going on in today's society, statistics tell you a story, right? So once you understand the story behind the number, then you can understand why the number is practical. So in my
Okay.
question is, so one of the biggest things that we've worked on is that if we're going to give a number, we want to also tell the story behind a number and how is that beneficial to improving the lives of people today. And so to me, that's one of my different points of view
It's
is
very is it hypothetical? Or like it's like he's giving theories, like he's trying to teach something, but then I don't feel like I'm being taught anything, if that makes sense. It's like I'm really trying to listen objectively, but it's like, whoa. Or is it because it's late? Oh God. I'm like, what were we even talking about? I think what Pearl asked was, what do you disagree with? Jesus Christ.
that if you're simply holding on to any worldview and the worldview is communicating certain things that may or not be true or may not be painting the whole picture, is this for the purpose of benefiting society, or is it for the purpose of perpetuating a narrative?
Wouldn't you say that the divorce rate's going down because people aren't getting married as much?
So think about it right this. Let's talk about divorce rate is by percentage. So let's do some numbers, because you seem like a very analytical girl, logical girl. Let's talk about some numbers.
Thank you.
So
Thank
if the system of marriage is broken,
you.
right, and 1,000 people get married.
Oh, I see. The rate would still be. I see.
Okay.
I see.
So let's do it for the people, right?
Uh-huh.
Remember,
Yeah.
the red pill argument is the system is broken.
Okay.
So that means anyone who engages in this institution,
Uh-huh.
whether or not you do it, it's broken. It's not going to work.
Mhm.
It's going to lead to a 50% divorce rate.
Mhm.
So if 1,000
Okay.
people get married, therefore it should be 50% divorce rate. But then if 900 people get divorced, and 10 years later, instead of the 1,000 10 years ago, now 900 people get married, and that divorce rate is 40, not 50 where it was before. The question that must be asked is, these 100 people, why did that number change? If the system was broken, and therefore whether it's 1,000, 900, 800, 1,200, 1,100, it should be the same thing. But if the number went down, but then the divorce rate decreased by percentage, why did it go down?
Okay.
Who was not getting married, and how would it contribute to the increase of divorce rates in the past? And that's why I said the numbers will tell you a story. And if you don't know the full story, you don't know how the number is relevant to the lives of everyday people.
Okay.
And that's what I'm passionate about. I want to keep on saying it. A lot of the red pill arguments are true. A lot of them are true, mixed with a whole lot of lies. And we have to be honest. There is an ideological bent, and there is a for-profit bent for the ideologies. But if we're simply going to stop there and not do a deep dive in analyzing the study, if we don't sit down and analyze every single statistic number, and
Basically, don't be a
the
sheep.
leading experts in the world who are also studying these things, we don't have a full, complete
Sounds like-
message
okay.
to share to men and women for the benefit of society. Because to me, if we're genuinely saying that the red pill message is the truth, if it is indeed the truth, or
Is how Pearl's just like, I think we need to count how many times Pearl does. It's like, he's still going. He's still going.
attempt to convey the truth should only make society better. It should only make men better. It should only make women better. It should only create a better world for us. And so to me, when I see an ideology, when I see a praxicology, whatever the heck they're calling it nowadays, when I see a worldview and I'm looking at it, I'm analyzing it, and I'm understanding it, and I'm seeing all people who are leaders in it, and I'm seeing the inconsistencies in what they say and what they do, I'm saying that there's a deeper conversation with the numbers, and there's a deeper conversation with this type of information that is not being discussed.
Okay.
I'm glad we're doing it right now.
Okay.
To me, it's like if it goes from 50% to 40%, who cares?
Mm.
That's right.
Don't do that.
Let me
Don't do that, though.
let me
Go ahead.
because to me, people aren't getting together. They looked at the getting married rate is lower than it's ever been. So it's like to me, it's just like men are getting a bad deal today, and they're signing a contract where women are paid to leave and take the kids.
Right.
And to me, that's just, and especially in the UK, like I live in London.
Yeah.
Like
Hey, girl.
girls, like your child support's literally dependent on how much you have the kids, so you're literally paid to take the kids away.
Okay.
So like to me, it's just like a bad deal. And even if you sign a contract and it's a 40% versus 50%, that's still not great.
Right.
First and foremost, let's not be deceptive, right?
Okay.
You cannot.
I'm not being deceptive.
If you understand statistics, you cannot say a 10% decrease in the likelihood of something happening isn't a big deal. If there was a drug or if there was a disease.
So everything she said, we're gonna go on that 10%. Okay. I get where Pearl was coming from, and they're not getting a good deal. That's why I say I always empathize with the men. And I'm yet to dive into the whole passport bros. I've been seeing it circulating on YouTube. But I'm all for people like, going outside of their own, realm of influence, because sometimes you can stay in your own bubble and think that is it. And moving out helps you maybe appreciate things more, see things from a different perspective. So I'm all for that, just so that men can also get a good deal as well. see what works best for them as individuals, because it's a lifelong commitment, and you need to be aware of the ins and outs of it from a religious point of view, if you are religious, and from the law, the government, and things of that nature. Yeah.
And we said, the disease has a 50%.
But
let me finish. You told me not to cut you off.
Okay,
I'm not going to cut you off.
Oh, okay.
So I understand what you're trying to do right now. I was under the impression of this was be a certain kind of conversation, but I'm getting what you're doing right now. So if you want to make the conversation the way you want to make this conversation, it's no problem. So like I was.
Whoa, what is that? I'm so confused. What was that? That's just so passive aggressive. That's like one of my biggest pet peeves. People who are like that. It's like everything was so neutral, and then you just throw this bomb in there. What was that about? Oh my God. I see what you're doing there. What am I doing? Breathing? God. What the hell? Please.
Was saying
the way I want to make the conversation.
Like I was saying, if there was
Pearl.
a disease and the disease had a 50% fatality rate, and all of a sudden 10 years later, even if the amount of people with the disease went down by 2%, 3%, 4%, whatever numbers you want to give, but then all of a sudden that disease has a 40% fatality rate. The fatality rate went down 10%. Well, we ask ourselves, how did that happen? No one says, 50%, 40%, no big deal, so everything's the same.
I think I get that. Oh wow, my voice went up. I get where he's going, and maybe the choice of words that Pearl used there, but I get where Pearl was going as well. I think it's because of the conversation that was going on. She wants us to focus on the real question, which is, are they getting a good deal right now? Are there any benefits of them getting married anyway? And they are not getting married. These are the things we should be talking about, not I think that's why she said what she said, but now he's using that as a whole talking point. But I get him. I understand that, yes, if there has been a decrease in the amount of people who are not divorcing, that's fine. We need to find out the information. But the truth of the matter is there's no one coming in anyway. So can we not look at that instead?
Same thing. No, you're going to be like, wow, it's still high than we would like it to be, but it's a lot better than the way it was before. So what can we learn from that?
Okay.
What can we improve on that? How can we make that better? And so to me, going back to the ideology,
I suppose that's what these people are doing, because they have sat down to see that this is what's contributing to the numbers. And that's why they're coming up with these ideologies or experiences or information for men to make a more informed decision when it comes to marriages. Hence the reason why there's no one coming into the pot is because they're doing that investigation, and then the information is being shared to the masses, and they're like, actually, we're not getting a good deal, so we won't come in anymore, even though the ones who are already in may not be divorcing. I think that is probably what's happening. Let's keep going.
My biggest thing is I'm all about how can we make the world a better place, and simply saying that 50%, 40%, that there's no big difference. It's deceitful. Deceitful. It is not communicating what's really going on. And so I think it's really cool. And I kind of, now a lot of things are making more sense. But if we're going to have a real conversation about men and women in today's society and marriage in today's society, we have to get into specific details every single point of the conversation and understand the nuance to each issue. So if you want to get into men getting a bad deal in marriage, we can talk about that specific issue.
I want that.
But I think sometimes it's very easy to be able to stay in our echo chambers, in our silos, and share these ideas without having them fleshed out that somebody can give us some pushback.
But I just think like you're missing the point. Like the point is that the laws don't favor men today. Like the point is it 50% or 40%? That's not the point. The point is that like right now it's a contract that women are paid to lead.
Yes.
And so if that's the way the laws are set up, I understand why men are walking away.
Yes.
Like I understand why they wouldn't push marriage.
Yeah.
So here's the deal.
This is exactly what I was saying. Like the men who have gone in there or analyzed the numbers, they're like, oh, this is what's happening. So they're sharing this information to the masses who haven't come in already, and they're like, oh, this is not really a good deal. So then I won't even come into this marriage pot anyway. Or if I'm going to do it, at least I'm aware that this is what I need to, prepare myself for, so to speak. I hope that is going to land with her fees, because it landed with me and it made so much sense, because I knew it wasn't about the whole 50%, 40%, 10%, who cares. That wasn't where she was going. It was about that the top part. No one's coming in to begin with.
So let's play your game. I love to play your game.
I'm not trying to like.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm playing. I'm having fun.
Okay.
Don't wait till you're content creator. We're having fun. We're having fun. Come on.
Hey. I can't read her fees. And normally when I can't read someone, it's because they themselves, they don't really have a concrete identity. What I'm getting from her fees in the past 25 minutes of his, escapades is like he has different ins and outs. He's got different characters. Is that what I don't know how to phrase it, but it's like he's playing different people. It's like he hasn't fully found himself, sort of thing. That's why it's just so random. He's like, okay, you're playing it. Are you listening to me, or are you? It's like he's jumping. I don't know. Or is that a reach? I don't know. I can't really read him. So when he's even trying to be humorous, it's not funny. It's quite like condescending. It's like, okay then. It's like, where were you going with that one? I don't know. I can't read him.
Okay. Are we good?
Yeah, we're
okay.
Good.
We're having
Good.
fun.
Okay.
Game is just a word.
Okay.
We're having fun. Guys, we're having fun. This is content. We have likes. We have people here. We're having a good time.
Yeah.
Don't take anything personal.
Yeah.
Sometimes the pepper soup might be too spicy. We're just having fun.
No, I know. Go ahead.
Cool. Pepper's not spicy, sweetheart.
Let's play your game.
Okay.
Let's say the system is all the way effed up.
Yeah.
Men are getting screwed left and right.
It is.
What do we do now?
I think you change the laws. Like honestly, I'd like to run for an office someday. I'd like to actually try to change the laws.
I love what you just said.
Yeah.
I love what you just said. My question to you, you're very smart. When we said we should change the laws, how many people are getting into law? How many people are doing content to be able to change the laws, or versus how many people are doing content simply complaining about the laws, in your personal opinion? All feelings, no facts. Shout out to Andrew Schultz.
What % of people are actually trying to change the laws
versus people complaining about the laws? All feelings, no facts. No, there's no analytics. There's no logical data for this.
I know. I don't know. I've met a lot of men's rights activists. They actually have a really. Have you ever talked to that community at all?
Yeah, of course. I've seen the Red Pill documentary.
No, not even that. Like they have whole groups. I don't know. Like that's my.
You couldn't take. You're a smart woman. You have no educated guess in the world.
How dare I put a number out there, Hafiz? Because you're going to tell me where did I pull that one out from. Pearl, don't fall for it. Don't give a guess.
Like my answer.
I
know. I feel like there really aren't that many content creators in the red pill space. Like I think it's a generally small space on YouTube. So if I had to guess, there's probably more lawyers trying to change the laws.
Okay. So
or like lawyers that like defend men and that sort of thing.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. There's more lawyers.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is, let's say the laws are broken. I'm about solutions.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, if you truly believe, if you're like, man, the system is broken,
Uh-huh.
then the system got broken because somebody broke it. So you're saying that before the system was working.
Uh-huh.
Is that safe to say? Was the system working before?
Before,
Mm.
yeah, but I'd say before no fault divorce, it was more fair.
Okay.
It was more fair.
So
Yeah.
so the system. So in
And birth
what's it,
control. I actually pin. I think birth control is
so
like
so
the root of all evil.
was it working? Was the system working?
Yes, more. It was
So-
more fair before, I would say.
Okay,
Yeah.
so she said it
I've-
was working before
I said it was more fair.
It was
was
fair.
it working?
It was,
If it's broken now, it must have been working before.
No.
yeah, it would
Or
seem,
was it always
would,
broken?
It would seem like that. Yes.
I'm asking you the direct question. Was it broken? If you're telling me,
Uh-huh.
What is this? What? It's like he says he doesn't subscribe to ideologies because it's like you're putting someone in a box. But here you are with these very strong and rigid, concrete questions, which are ideologies that you're trying to thrust upon this poor woman. And she's trying to have a dialogue with you, and you're like, no, but is it a yes or no? Meanwhile, you spend eternity doing word salad, only for us to not know what you're cooking.
right now it's broken. Those are your words.
Uh-huh.
You said the system is broken right now.
said-
So
uh-huh.
therefore, if the toy was broken today, does that mean the toy was not broken yesterday?
Well, because what I'm thinking is there's like multiple points that I would
Yes.
pinpoint that started to like
Go
cause the
there.
decline of relationships in the West.
Mhm.
So it's like you could say no fault divorce, but like then I would also argue that birth control contributed. I would argue
Yeah.
like that the beginning of feminism, because I don't believe in like first wave, second wave, third wave. Like I think
Right.
there's multiple things.
Yes.
But
It's
I would
not
say
a yes
before
or
it was
no
more
answer.
fair.
I get
Does that
that.
make sense?
Okay, so
Yeah.
we'll stay in your lane.
Yeah.
I love what you brought up because no fault divorce in 1970s changed everything.
Yeah.
I keep on forgetting the name of the birth control. Is it Envoyed or Envoyed in 1950s? I forgot the name of the first birth control in 1950s.
Uh-huh.
It changed the whole entire game,
Mhm.
right? But you primarily said the system today is broken to not benefit men,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
And so my argument is
Mhm.
that if you had a community of guys
Mhm.
who are investing all their money,
Uh-huh.
all their energy, we're getting into law, we're supporting these people, we're
Mhm.
putting these people on our platform.
Mhm.
And we're putting these champions who are going to go into Congress and going to go into the
Yeah,
local
yeah.
places.
That's a
And-
good idea. You should do that.
no, let's stop.
That's a good idea.
Let's stop
Yeah,
right here.
Yeah.
You said it was a good idea, right?
Yeah.
Why aren't those people doing it? Because you're the one who told me
Uh-huh.
they believe the system is broken. That's what you told me.
Yeah.
So therefore, if they believe it's
Mhm.
broken, why are they not doing
Well,
everything in their power to fix the
I think
system?
I think from their point of view, it's like it's more powerful.
The thing is, she said she'd run for office and then, do something about it. But that doesn't mean it's the same answer for everyone. I think the way we can all help in the situation will be different. That is why some of the men are choosing to highlight the nature of the laws and stuff like that, because they know maybe running for office isn't something that they can ever attain. So what they can do in their, what they can do is create awareness for their other brothers. I don't see how that is a problem. You can't say just because you can't change the law or you're not working towards changing the law, you can't then share awareness or share your experience. Then he himself shouldn't be speaking.
Powerful for men to walk away because
Okay.
like women need an incentive for the laws to change.
Okay. So
Yeah.
so
So if men walk away from relationships, I mean, I could think of like 10 girls off the top of my head that are mad because they won't get a ring.
Okay.
You know?
so here is the reality.
Yeah.
Do you really believe? Do you like? I'm talking about solutions here.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
yeah.
you're saying the better solution is for men to walk away from relationships.
Mhm.
That's a better solution for society.
No, that's not my
That's not
point
what
of
she's
view. I said
saying.
I think that's a lot of their point
But you
of
know
view.
red pill more than I do. You're the one
I'm
teaching me earlier.
I'm saying
He's not listening to understand. This is what I'm getting. He's not listening to understand, because any of his interjections or his input is his own talking point that just diverts the conversation, and it really makes it very difficult to have a healthy conversation that is pointing towards solutions. you know? Because anytime he's long-winded and I'm struggling, Pearl's still able to grasp something, you know, and then we're able to talk about that. But he's able to just pick one thing, go on a tangent, and then it's like, but we're missing the actual point that we were trying to flesh out because we're busy arguing about like little bits and pieces that never mattered to begin with or weren't as you know, something to be concerned about. I don't know.
That's their point of view.
Who's there?
Who's there? I would say that's like the MGTOW group.
Okay, the MGTOW.
Yeah, the MGTOW
So
group.
do you believe that's a good solution?
I believe. Do I believe that's a good solution? It could be. I don't know. I'm not claiming I have all the answers with these.
Of course you don't have all the answers. We're just talking. We're having a
Yeah.
conversation.
So I have a couple solutions. So I have a couple ideas.
I love it. Let's
I
want to hear
you.
the ideas.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
Sit up.
The first idea I have, I'm going to start a wife school.
I love it.
Yeah. So
Nice.
Turn 304s
Sorry.
into wives.
Let's
So
stop.
that's my first idea.
I'll join you, Pearl.
Do you want to go through all the ideas?
You asked me. I'll tell you.
I want to talk about that one. Don't forget that one. I want to talk to you about that one.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
We're having fun, guys.
My second idea is I'd like to run for an office someday because I feel like in order the laws to change for men, women have to do it. So,
Yeah.
I love it.
And if this was Pearl's world, I'd get rid of birth control. I'd ban it, but that'll
Please
never
do
happen.
it.
A lot of men won't like that. A lot of the men, that's my guy right here. He said, "Hell no!" He said, "I'm gonna get rid of that, baby."
Yeah,
Keep on
if
going.
this is Pearl's world, I'd ban birth control. I think
Please
that's
do.
the root of all evil. And I'd actually go further.
Go ahead.
But
Say
I'm kind of
say
extreme.
Say it.
I don't think women should vote.
Huh?
I don't think women should vote.
Lord Jesus, keep on going.
Yeah, that's
No
it.
women, you can't vote. No birth control.
Yeah.
Keep it
Yeah,
going.
I love
this is
it.
freedom without responsibility. And
I
so,
love
like,
it.
the
Women
reason.
should not
No,
vote.
but
Pearly
I'll
said it
tell you.
herself.
I'll tell you why, though. I'll tell you why. Because
Mhm.
it's freedom without responsibility.
I love
And before women, like I believe in consequences for your decisions.
Yes.
So the men know if they vote someone batshit crazy into power,
Mhm.
you guys get drafted. We don't.
Yeah.
Women decide elections. We're 55% of the population. I think if we want to vote, equally draft us. Y'all
Yeah.
want equality.
Yes.
And personally, I don't want to get drafted, so I'll be in the kitchen.
She said, "Women, no voting." Let's go. I want more solutions.
I love
Keep it going,
Yeah,
Pearly.
yeah. This is my world. That'll never happen though.
Keep
This
it
is
going.
my
I
world.
love this.
Darn it.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
So you wanted to start with wife school?
let's start with wife school. Man, we've gotten so deep in the conversation. I'm really excited. I hope
Yeah.
you have a lot of time today because I really want to dive into
Okay.
everything
Yeah.
that you want to go to.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Here is I'm being honest with you, Pearl.
Uh-huh.
Here is my only criticism of
Uh-huh.
female content creators such as yourself.
Okay.
If I'm being 100% honest with you, I don't want to ever say anything behind your back, which I won't say to your face. I feel like you guys are pandering. I feel like you guys are
Oh.
pandering to
Okay.
a certain community of men who freaking it's Pornhub, OnlyFans, Red
Uh-huh.
Pill female content creators are all that gets
Really?
wow.
that gets them going.
Oh,
That
wow.
gets them
Like what?
excited, right? So I
I'm on
personally.
really on the same OnlyFans.
No, I didn't
I'm
say
on the
no.
same?
No.
Okay,
no.
I'm slightly
Pornhub,
below it.
slightly. You,
Oh, wow. Thank
you're
God.
you can't compete with them. I'm sorry. You
Oh,
can't,
okay.
can't compete with them.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
and
So wait. So if the OnlyFans,
No, the Pornhub is number
that's
one.
a 10. Like
Yeah.
on like 1 to
yes,
like
yes, yes.
And
10.
then where do the OnlyFans?
Depending on what she's doing on OnlyFans, it can go for anywhere from 9.5 to 8.
Okay, so
Depending on what
she's
let's
doing.
do 8. So then where do we fall?
I would say the men love your content so much it'd probably be about 7.
A 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
About a 7.
Okay. So
Why?
you said pandering, so you think I don't actually believe any of this?
No.
Because that's when I hear pandering, I look that up because people say that a lot.
Yeah.
And it basically means you just say things because you don't believe it and you just
Okay.
want the
Right.
So if I want to clarify, I said
uh-huh.
if I said, because memory's a bad
Yeah.
recollection at
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
If
yeah.
I said you are pandering,
Uh-huh.
I was wrong.
Okay.
I feel like at times content creator, I didn't say you,
Okay.
Oh.
content creators
Okay.
like those
Yeah.
pander.
Well, there's only a
Let's go
couple in the
back.
space in the red pills.
Hold on. I want to know what he said.
Pandering
Okay.
to a certain community of men who freaking it's
Sorry.
can we stop right there? Or
Okay.
do you want to go through all the ideas? No,
You asked me, I'll tell you.
I want to talk about that one. Don't forget that one. I want to talk
No,
to
I
you about
went
that
to-
one.
Yeah,
Keep
yeah,
on
I got
going.
you. I got
Keep
you.
on going.
I got you.
We're having fun, guys.
My second
Women, no voting. Let's go. I want more solutions.
Okay.
Keep it going,
Yeah,
Pearly.
This is my world. That'll never happen though.
Keep
This
it
is
going.
my
I
world.
love this.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
So you wanted to start with wife school.
let's start with wife school. Man, we've gotten so deep in the conversation. I'm really excited. I hope you
Yeah.
have a lot of time today because I really want to dive into everything
Yeah.
that you want
So
to
that
go
was
to.
at
Yeah,
30
yeah.
minutes.
Here
Yeah,
is
they had
I'm
a
being honest
whole.
with you, bro. Here is my only criticism of
Uh-huh.
female content creators such as yourself.
Okay.
Okay.
If I'm being 100% honest with you, I don't want to ever say anything behind your back, which I won't say to your face. I feel like you guys are pandering. I feel like you guys are pandering to a
Okay.
certain community of men who freaking it's Pornhub only.
So this is in relation to female content creators. Okay. They're pandering to a certain type of men, but this is in reference to her starting the wife school. Okay.
Fans, red pill female content creators are all that gets
Oh, wow.
that gets them going.
Oh,
That gets
wow.
them excited, right? So I
I'm on
personally
really on the same OnlyFans?
no, I didn't say
I'm on the
no.
same?
No.
Okay,
No.
I'm slightly
Pornhub,
below her.
slightly.
Oh, wow. Wow. Thank
you
God.
you can't compete with them. I'm sorry. You
Oh,
can't,
okay.
can't compete with them.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
and
So wait. So the OnlyFans,
no, the Pornhub is number
that's
one.
A 10. Like
Yeah.
on like 1 to
Yes,
like
yes, yes.
and
10.
then where do the OnlyFans?
Depending on what she's doing on OnlyFans, it can go for anywhere from 9.5 to 8.
Okay,
Depending
so
on what
let's
she's doing.
do 8. So then where do we fall?
I would say the men love your content so much it'd probably be about 7.
A
Okay.
7?
Yeah,
Okay.
about a 7.
Okay. So you said pandering, so you think I don't actually believe any of this?
No.
Because that's what when I hear pandering, I look that up because people say that a lot.
Yeah, you do.
And it basically
Or you
means you just say
coddle them.
things because you don't believe it and you just
Okay.
want the
So if I want to clarify, I said
uh-huh.
if I said, because memory's a bad
Yeah.
recollection at
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
If
yeah.
I said you are pandering,
Uh-huh.
I was wrong.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like at times content creator, I didn't say you.
Okay.
Content creators
Okay.
like
Female
those
content.
Yeah.
pander.
Well, there's only a couple in the red pill space that are women. I
Okay,
would say.
so it's not about red pill though.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not about red pill.
Okay.
What
So,
then?
So to me, let me give you an example. Let me give you an example.
Okay.
I genuinely believe
Uh-huh.
that there is a lot of nuance to your ideas.
Uh-huh.
I genuinely do not believe you share all your nuance online.
Uh-huh.
I genuinely believe you're an extremely smart content creator.
Mhm.
I genuinely believe you understand what gets clicks, views, X, Y, and Z.
Mhm.
I genuinely believe that you're an individual who's very calculating in what you say and what you do. So therefore,
I was coached by you.
listen. That's why it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart.
It breaks your heart.
It really
Why?
does. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Why?
Because first we had an A session. You weren't coached by me.
I know.
We had a session. I can't put my stamp on that.
I'm kidding.
I
Oh,
can't put
okay,
my
on
stamp
that.
on that. We having
You
fun.
better.
We having fun, all right? So my belief is that deep down inside, I feel like you're a woman.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
How in the world do you believe everything a man believes? You should have nuanced positions. That's the beauty of the masculine feminine. Where there's similarities and there's differences. So when I hear a logical woman, I definitely expect to hear her to communicate things that the logical male and female understands. But I also expect, because she's a feminine individual, and you believe men and women are different. So therefore, if men and women are different and both of them are communicating their ideas, there's going to be differences and nuances to their ideas. And so therefore, whenever I see, not saying you, because remember I told you this, I don't watch a lot of content, so I don't know it. But whenever I see those pro male, female content creators, and I see like they always have the same male talking points, and there's no uniquely feminine talking points that men won't agree with, but she stands in that because she is a woman and her ideas are different. Sometimes I wonder, is this person fully communicating how they feel, or are they at times pandering because they understand that by communicating this way to this audience, I'm able to do better. Not saying you're doing so. I don't want you to get mad at me, bro. I don't know your intention. I don't know you. I'm just communicating. So when you brought up do you want to respond to that? I was leading to the wife school point.
Oh, to the wife school.
Yeah, I
was just gonna say that I think it's more having like a father presence in our lives.
Yes.
Most of us.
What about your mom?
What do you mean? What about my mom?
Do you have a motherly presence as well?
Yeah, I did. Shout out Jen.
You calling your mom by your first name? What you doing, girl?
Yeah, shout out Jen.
Respect. That's the white girl stuff. Boy, I call mama Jen. Girl, What the heck?
What do you call your mom?
No, I mean,
Mama.
it's like, I don't know. It's funny because I would say naturally, if I take a personality test, it says I'm very left. It says I'm very liberal. So a lot of people think I'm more like left when they first meet me. But like my dad was just always there to like dispel everything. He
Right.
doesn't believe in the voting thing though. He thinks I
Mhm.
took that too far.
Shut up, Pop. And I'm not
Yeah.
picking on you.
Yeah.
Let me, and because you made the wife school. I truly believe women like you. This is why I wanted to talk to you. I wanted to say this to you personally. I don't want to do it off camera. I want to say it to you personally because I think you make great content. Women like you have the power to change everything. You made a point in this. You said you believe women can make a change.
Okay.
I truly believe you are so correct. Women such as yourself wield so much power to make a true lasting change in this society. Women such as yourself have so much power and ability to make a true lasting change in this world.
Yeah, I agree.
And so to me, my biggest thing is that
I want. Sorry, guys, I forgot to put music on. It's like it's hella quiet because this guy is just babbling on for so long. We'll put some music in the background. Here we go.
Women such as yourself living out your full potential and your full skill sets to be able to truly transform the world. And so to me, when you made the wife school reference, I was like, man, I'm glad you went there.
Yeah.
Because the first reason it was, are you married?
No. So that's why I need wife school. That's why I'm putting it together.
No.
Huh?
Let me look.
Yeah.
If you really want to help women,
Yeah.
I can tell you exactly what to do. That would be
How
able to
though?
help women. Here's the reality. When it comes to male content,
Mhm.
this is not important. They actually think this is a sign of weakness, but this is not important. They don't give a dang if you're married or not. Men don't care. All men care is, can you have sex? Can you get laid?
Which
If
men?
you are a man and you can show and prove to people that you can have sex with other women, other men will respect you. I'm not making the rules.
Okay.
That is what happens in male content. So male content creators don't have to be married for other men to respect them. If they show some receipts,
I
they
get where
show
he's going.
girls on yachts, they show girls on parties, and they show whatever it may be, other guys will respect them and listen to them because that is the litmus test for success. And men, not my rules, is what's going on in today's world. Women is different. Women respect this. Women listen to this. When you're able to be like, yo, you women, you can either be like this, like me, or be like the streets.
Yeah.
When you're able to do stuff like that,
You're not familiar with my content. I don't really give advice, but okay,
I know, but
go ahead.
you said wife school.
Yeah, but it's not taught by me.
Huh?
It's not taught by me.
Who's gonna build the wife school?
No, I'll put this is
Ugh.
see if you let me give the elevator.
This is it. Like, he doesn't ask things, he's just assuming and then running on a tangent, and then he's building his own conclusions on things. Oh, this is so difficult to follow.
Critique the idea.
Please.
Tell
So
us,
that's what
girl.
I was thinking. I was like, oh, you know what we should do? We should bring in like wives from around the world that actually are married and are actually in those positions.
Yeah.
And you could like go through different classes for like how to dress like a wife, how to cook
I
like
love
a wife,
it,
how to clean
Pearl.
like all the things that like wives have. And that's what I was thinking. I was like, well, I can't teach it. I'm not a wife. And I was like, but I'm like really good at bringing people together.
Yes, you are.
And I wouldn't ask someone to do something that I'm not willing to do.
I love it. So
Yeah.
here's
Yeah.
what I was going to, because you're actually saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Literally, what you described
Yeah.
is one of my ideas.
Yeah.
You called it wife school. I called it Wife Academy.
Oh, okay.
And it'd be an amazing show. I actually gave it to somebody. This is a free game. I gave it to somebody, but you said it already. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to the people. This Wife Academy would be a podcast where a woman who's married brings in other women who's married and talks to them about what does it mean to be a wife. Because the school is cool. But the school, how many people can be in the school? 100, 200, 300, 1,000 is limited. But
Well, it would be filmed.
No.
So it's like,
I love it.
And even though you kind of, when it's a school versus like the podcast that he's talking about, I think it's that one-on-one, because sometimes some women, not even some women, when it comes to being a wife, you know, especially today's day and age with how the modern women are moving, if you really like the ones who really want to put the work in, I think that one-on-one thing, that one-on-one schooling with someone who is married, you know, for X amount of years, I think it would be so impactful. I would love to join something like that. I was actually thinking of doing something similar, but it's still in the works, so I probably won't put it out there. I love what Pearl is doing. I need to collaborate with her. Coming soon.
Yeah.
So let's say, you know, it's gonna be filmed. So in this Wife Academy, the fundamental challenge is if you were gonna start the Wife Academy, the people want to know, did it work for you? That's the challenge with the women, because you are the face.
Yeah,
you are the
but
face.
That's the whole that's like the whole idea is like I'd be going through wife school and I'd be giving feedback each round. So I'd be like, all right, I'll try this week. I'll try that. You know, so it's like
I love it.
So
because it reminds me of Anna Bay, School of Affluence.
Yeah,
familiar with her?
No,
yeah.
I don't know what that is.
So it's Anna Bay, School of Affluence. She was she created a very popular YouTube channel for women, teaching women how to be affluent, how to marry men in high society, this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
So her information was, like you said, very biographical. As Gary Vee says, document, don't create. I'm not there yet. I'm documenting the journey. And then eventually she gets married, gives all types of credibility. So you're 100% right. If you're going to go that route, where it's like, hey guys, I'm not there yet. I need to learn. I need to grow. I need to improve. Here are these expert women. But the point that I was bringing up was that the true power in it, when you go bananas, is when you're like, yo, I went through wife school and I got married.
Yeah.
Because you're the face of it. You're the one bringing everybody together. You are the face. No matter what, you can bring some amazing women on to wife school, wife academy, whatever you call it.
And the truth of the matter is, it's only the women who want to be wives, want to put in the work, you know, out of those fantasy land ideas of what marriage should be. They're the ones that will, you know, graduate. Because most women, when they see someone who's married, if they don't like what you're saying, they're automatically going to assume that you are not happy in your marriage and they're this different person and they're one in a million and they can get everything that they want in life. Is it Rebecca Lynn Pope? Yeah, Rebecca Lynn Pope. Was it Rebecca Lynn Pope and April Mason? Which one decided to quit the feminine school? Something about it's so hard to, what's it called? Bridge the gap between men and women. I think especially Black women, because they want everything in the world without putting the effort in, you know. And they're married people. Well, April Mason isn't, but I believe Rebecca is. So it's kind of like, yes, it's great to be married to teach it to other women, but I don't think what Pearl is doing isn't important as well. I think what she's doing, creating that awareness, you know, allowing men to see female nature firsthand, and even myself, like I learned so much from her channel because I didn't know this is how the society, like women are nowadays. This is the mindset some women carry, and they think it's okay. That's why I love channels like Pearl's channel, because I'm learning a lot.
But you're going to be the face. But when you're able to come in that room and be like, yo, ladies, welcome to White School episode 1. I'm your host, Just Pearly. And ladies.
I said, I'm going through it.
No, I'm talking about in the future.
Yeah.
You can't, how many times you going through wife school?
No. What? Season 1.
I'm talking season 1. I'm talking season 7 right now.
I didn't know you're talking about season 7. I was talking about, we got to do 1 before 7.
Okay, I'm giving season 7 right now.
Okay,
I'm using
reunion.
Season 7. This is how season 7 is going to begin. Hey, how you doing today, ladies? It's Just Pearly Things, and this is season 7 of Wife School. As you guys know, it worked for me. You know, and then, you know what I mean? You start flexing, and I'm telling you, women like women who are where they want to be. And so to me, one of my biggest things, and like I said, it just I love what you said. I want to see more of that. I want to see that. There's enough. We know modern women are delusional. We know the issues in the divorce court. We know these things. We don't need more of it. We need you helping women.
I disagree with you because like the one thing, I think it's common in our space of YouTube to know this, but it's not common in like the general, like I'm on volleyball teams. I'm on basketball teams. Like I deal with a lot of different types of girls from all walks of life. I don't think most girls have any idea. And that's actually part of the stuff on my channel is like I red pill women. So I'll show them Jordan Peterson about the pay gap, or I'll show them like, so it's kind of like you kind of see them go through their journey like firsthand.
But my thing is that, and this is my criticism of doing it for 7 years, and maybe you're just sorry.
7 years.
So this is my criticism of me doing this for 7 years, and also me in helping men since 2012 when I dropped my first YouTube video. I'm obsessed with solutions and the best solutions.
Right.
If we truly believe doing YouTube videos, showing people what's wrong in today's world is going to change the minds of the masses. You and I both know that is not the case. You and I both know that's not the case. That is not the long-term solution to society. If you were to ask me what would change the world more, you know, Pearly thinks doing a wife academy, a wife school where she's going through things that a wife needs to be successful, that she goes through herself, and then all of a sudden she finds an amazing husband, and now she's having an amazing family, and using that as an example, versus just going up to random girls asking her, do you believe in female privilege? What is most effective? And
both of those things can work in tandem. I'm so sorry, guys. It's so late. I'm a mom. I sleep very early. Well, I speak to my husband, and then, you know. But anyway, I'm live. Jay, you're live. I think those two things can work in tandem. You can show or broadcast, share the mindset of female nature, or females or women in general, because as I said, I love her channel because it's helping me become more aware of my species. You know, and I love I think that's one of the reasons why I loved Kevin's channel as well. It was such a great eye-opener for me, because these women, I was like, at a point I was like, are these women like real? How are they so comfortable in their delusions? How are they so comfortable in their entitlement? Did they like think about what they were gonna say before they said it? It's like, what? Because I did live under a rock. You know, I lived under a rock. So I think both of those two things can work in tandem. Her highlighting how females are, or men, whatever, the mindset of human beings, so that when we're going into things, we can, you know, approach things with an informed decision. And then obviously having the wife school where it's practical as well, because now you've identified the problem and here's the solution. I think those things work even better when you marry them together. One is neither better, or, you know, so I hope he's not going to just dispel one of them just because he wants us to go for one thing.
And so to me, that's a part where I realize my expectations is not fair to put it on you, because it's your life, it's your purpose, whatever you feel like God's called you to do. But to me, after doing this for so many years, I'm like, yo, the win is the receipts, is the result. That's the win in today's society. The win in today's society is what? All the 40-year-old plus feminists, single, miserable, lonely.
Yeah.
And they're upset, and then their friends happily married, doing well. That's the win. Showing like, yo, you guys thought that 40 and with your cats is cool. Look at you now. That's the win, is the receipt. So to me, I just don't think we need more women just simply doing what the guys are doing. We already have the guys doing that. Why don't the women, such as yourself, who have the intelligence, who have the ability to encourage, equip, build up other women, why don't you guys do more of that? And I guarantee you,
that's what I'm trying to do.
Where's the Wife Academy at?
It's we want to launch it in like February, March.
Listen. If you are for real,
I'm like dead serious.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
If you are for real, and you are truly doing this, I want to see it in February. I'm gonna.
Why does it look like he's coaching her? It's like he's in a coach mode now. Why does he switch? I wonder, like, people who have these kind of traits, I wonder if they're able to just be, you know, do they know how that looks like, just being, you know, Hafiz, that's it, just Hafiz the Hafiz, you know, not Hafiz the spokesperson, Hafiz the male content creator, Hafiz the coach, whatever, or Sue company, what, I don't know what the things that he's doing. You know, it's like he can't just be. He's just got too many. He jumps from different identities. It's like an identity. How old is he? I don't know how old he is.
Listen, I'm gonna get you information. I'm gonna put it on my calendar. I'm gonna put February the launch of wife school.
The pressure.
And because what's happened is people have told me they were going to do stuff, but they saw the views, they saw the money and the other stuff, because there's not going to be money in that initially, and that's going to take you a lot of time, energy, and effort.
Oh, I disagree. I am entertaining.
There's a lot of money.
You can't not. I will make that show so entertaining. I will make it so entertaining, and it's going to be good because I am so good at networking. I can get really good.
They love it, Pearl.
If you really believe that there's going to be more views in wife school, in wife, in
the way I'll do it, yeah.
Why is he like this? Oh, God. The person who's going to run the school has more excitement about it. At first, you were excited for her, but when you realize she was just as excited, if not more, because she knows what it is that it will take to do it, and you're like, oh no, how dare you be more excited than I am? Let me bring you back to earth.
Tell me how you're gonna do it. Teach me.
It's gonna be funny.
Teach me.
Yeah. So basically, what I want to do is I want to bring. It's gonna be me. It's gonna be my friend Jess.
Yes.
But I'm also gonna bring in like the craziest 304s ever.
You see,
you gotta make it funny. You gotta make it.
I love it
because but this is what I feel like you lose, because you need to make it entertaining to reach the most people.
Yeah.
And you might not like that, but it's like, the more people you reach, the better your impact is.
Absolutely.
And you don't know if those girls could be saved. You have no idea.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
Here's the reality. You're 100% right. If you want to sell the most juice, maximum Kool-Aid, minimum medicine, and there's a balance. There's a balance. But you're 100% true. The less medicine and the more Kool-Aid, the more people will buy it. But then on the flip side, you get to the point where you're like, I want to reach the masses. I want to sell my drink to the masses. And you realize that the best way to sell your drink to the masses is do what? Give them straight Kool-Aid. Not saying you're giving them straight Kool-Aid, but
you're losing me on this analogy. I need you to dumb it down.
I follow him.
So there's this phrase about putting the medicine in the Kool-Aid. The Kool-Aid is a drink.
Okay.
The African.
So basically, where he's getting at is the Kool-Aid is Pearl making it entertaining, making it engaging, making it funny, but missing out on the main, ins and outs of creating a wife, which some people will see as medicine, painful, like, oh, submit, all this, so mixing the medicine into the Kool-Aid. But the thing is, he's thinking, if you're just going to make it entertaining and engaging, that means you are missing the main point of the school, which is the medicine. But the thing is, he doesn't understand that some of us get the medicine and the Kool-Aid mixed together, and we can still ingest it, digest, because we're able to receive it, even though that once it got into our systems, we're like, oh, submission, oh, okay, but I understand it. Oh, okay, it's inside me now. Both of those things can work in tandem. I think his brain cannot wrap around the idea that two truths can exist at the same time. I think maybe because his mind can only accept one truth at a time, so if he accepts this truth, in his brain is like, this can't be true, this can't be true then, so I think he's struggling with that, and that's how he's approaching everything. The whole conversation has to be, is either this and nothing else, or it's either that and nothing else, and I think that's why he's missing the point.
Consume in two major flavors.
I know what Kool-Aid.
Oh, you know Kool-Aid.
I know what Kool-Aid is.
So there's purple.
I just didn't understand what was the medicine.
Okay.
What was
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I break it down.
Okay.
There's purple Kool-Aid. You familiar with purple Kool-Aid? You guys might call it grape Kool-Aid.
Yeah. I mean, I know. I never drank it, but I know what it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's something. Black people call it purple Kool-Aid. Everyone else calls it grape.
Yeah.
There's another drink called Robitussin. It looks very, very similar. It's good for your coughs. It's good for colds. It's good for flus. What ends up happening is that when you want your children to drink the Robitussin, have you ever drank Robitussin before?
No.
You never drank Robitussin?
I don't know what that is.
Have you guys drank
Robitussin? This is why
my people know. My people know.
That's why this analogy is lost. I was like, I don't even know what he's talking about.
Don't worry, I'll break it to you.
Have you ever drank cough syrup before when you had a sore throat or had coughs?
Yeah. At some
Okay,
point.
you drunk.
I didn't know
Like
the name of it.
Pavonia.
Yeah.
So when you drink cough syrup, did it taste good or did it taste bad?
It's all right.
It tasted bad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cough syrup tastes
So
bad.
you'd put the cough syrup in the Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
is what
so
you're saying.
they can drink it,
Yeah.
and so they can get the medicinal flavors,
Yeah.
but then they'll be able to digest it.
Yeah.
Here's a problem: it waters it down, right? Here's a problem that eventually you realize that if you really, really, really want them to drink the juice, you have to remove the cough syrup. So it's this idea of you're right, you're 100% right. The more entertaining things are, the more views it gets. And I know this. You said this is why you lose. No, I knew this.
It's not necessarily the views. I think that's why comedy does so well. You know, you can really sense that you're being cussed out, but at the same time you're laughing. Your defenses are low. You're able to receive the message a lot more. I think and believe that going down the route that Pearl is talking about, you know, having the 3 or 4s, making it engaging, making it entertaining, women will identify their mindsets in those archetypes, so to speak, and still be able to ingest what it is that she's trying to teach in that moment. I think it's a great way rather than making it very traditional and saying, okay, the wife school 101 first episode or first session, how to be submissive, do, you know. If you go at it that way, yes, you won't get the views. Yes, you won't get the engagement, this, that, and other. But I find that we will lose a lot of people because our defenses are already up. However, if it's entertaining, if it's warming, if it's calming, and you're learning as you're being entertained, I think it goes down a lot better.
You didn't meet me because of you didn't meet me back in 2010 just because we were just simply just giving straight facts. A lot of people met me in 2010, 2020 because of my live stream. When I was doing the live stream with the pepper soup and all that stuff, I understand how it worked. Kevin Samuels talked a lot to me about those things that he was doing as well. So I 100% know it works. But what I've also learned is that it comes a time and a place where you realize that the people, all they want is the sugar. You fed them sugar. All they wanted is sugar. They want no medicinal value. And if you're truly trying to give them medicine, sometimes you got to give them the most. You got to find that balance. And that balance is not pure entertainment. So if you're truly,
which is why I'm doing the school.
But when you say
it's got to be both.
When you said you're trying to bring 3-0, whatever that red pill word is, 304, whatever the heck it is. If you're trying to bring like are you like that? That's entertainment. You're not even being serious.
Yeah.
If you really want,
what's wrong with being entertaining?
Yeah.
It's not.
What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with being entertaining.
Yeah.
But if you are trying to help women become better, and you're telling me you can get 10 hoes from down off Crenshaw to be on the show. Who are you? Who is the show for?
We're learning.
We're learning. You can't say
what not to be.
You can't help them.
Stop playing this game. The only reason you're bringing those.
You keep accusing me of playing games.
Yeah, games is a word. Pearly, where are you from? Where are you from? Where are you from? Where are you from?
Well, I'm from Chicago suburbs.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You don't know none of the lingo. You know what's going on? You've been in UK for too long. It's just words, girl.
No, I know.
What?
You're having a good time. You okay?
Yeah, I'm
having a good time?
Yeah, I'm having a good time.
What is It's like he's got so many personalities. He hops from this one, and he hops from that one. I don't know. Is it just me who thinks he's got multiple personality? Showroom. Gosh.
No, I'm okay.
We're having fun. Game's just a word.
Yeah, I understand.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Guys, we're having fun.
Yeah.
So like I was saying, if you want to maximize helping women, and you're telling me you're going to do a show with the worst possible women, the most disrespectful.
Rude.
That's
me.
rude.
I'm going on the show. Me.
No. I didn't say just you.
And my friend Jess.
Her, Jess, 10 hoes. What is going on?
Yeah.
What is
you gotta make it entertaining.
No.
You gotta make it entertaining.
Listen, I wouldn't mind. Let me clarify. If you had 1 hoe,
okay,
2 hoes,
or should I limit it? I can make it 3 hoes.
If
Does that make it better?
If you having a few of them, but don't tell me the show is the and you have them all hoes.
I just
stop it.
I said 2.
Nah, now you said 2.
No. I said me and Jess. That's 2 that aren't.
And all the 304s.
Yeah. We're gonna bring.
Run that back.
304 to wife school. They needed the most.
No,
They needed the most.
Listen. Here's the reality.
Yeah.
When it comes to teaching, and I was a teacher.
Yeah.
You're going to be a teacher in wife school.
No. I'm a student.
She's a student. Season what happens?
Get it right.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Okay, when
We'll see.
she can be a teacher eventually in wife
Yeah.
school. Here's the reality. What's going to happen? You're going to realize the best students. You
Mhm.
want your students to be successful. Why are you going? This isn't Coach Carter. You know what I mean? This isn't Lean on Me.
They make the best movies.
Listen, but you ain't the best teacher. You ain't the teacher that's gonna teach those people. You ain't gonna get the job done.
Right, maybe I will. Maybe I.
So my thing
They
is
shoot for the stars.
Sure.
I'm sorry. I aim high.
She's shooting for the world star. She's shooting for the shade room.
Sorry. We aim high here.
Sure.
Sorry, we aim high
Sure.
here.
But
Hafiz.
see, I understand it. That's why I'm saying, if you want pure entertainment content, yes, get the, as you call them, the 304s.
Yeah.
But if you truly want to be a place where it's like, man, there's women who are healthy, who are productive, who are growing, who are improving, and men are looking at that like, man, shout out Pearly thing. Look at all those amazing, classy women that are becoming wives.
I get where he's going, but let me take Kevin's platform, for example. Did you notice that he rarely brought on people who were there to praise him or share their testimony of how his messages has helped them? And all he highlighted was what's wrong and broken in our community, And in so doing, I know that the ripple or the domino effect was a lot of people that were viewing it were like, whoa, I see myself in that woman and I see how that actually looks like, and I don't actually want to look like that, or I don't want to come across like that. So what can I do behind the scenes to change my outcomes, because obviously Kevin was mixing in his own, commentary at the beginning and then the live calls. So people are learning, people are watching. They've got indirect teaching methods. That's what they're doing. They're watching and they're like, I don't like what I'm seeing because I see myself in that person and I see which the path that they're going down under, and I don't want to go down that path. So let me do this instead, because I know that this is what a wife does instead. And I think both of those things will reap amazing results. So I don't know where Hafiz is going with that.
And then all the other women who want to be wives, like, yo, look at all these classy women who are getting better. I want to be a part of that as well. I'm seeing the results they're having as well. That's truly transformational versus just you just having another Love and Hip Hop, because that sounds like you're trying to make Love and Hip Hop, but marriage and hip hop.
What's Love and Hip Hop? Love and Hip, what's that?
Stop it. I'm done with you now. I'm done with you now. I'm done with you now. I'm done. I'm done with you now.
One of them shows, isn't it?
You made these references. I don't know.
I'm done with you.
I love God.
And now I know what game we're playing. But so to me,
lots of games here.
I love it. I love it. We having
Yeah.
fun. This is fun. That's my thing. We're editorial content. Call it for what it is. It's fun. When you were serious,
do you think Kevin Samuels made an impact? Do you think he was trying to make solutions?
And Kevin Samuels was definitely not red pill.
You wouldn't say?
No.
Really?
No.
No? Oh,
No.
I guess they said he's the godfather of the manosphere. I guess
Kevin
that's
is
the red
not.
pill.
See, and like
That's
I
what they
said,
used to call him.
I knew a lot.
Did they not call him the godfather of the manosphere?
Who?
He is
But
the
that's different than red
godfather.
pill.
Oh, okay.
Manosphere and red pill is different.
Yeah, I
Okay.
guess, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like black pill is part of the manosphere whole, but it's not red pill.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It
Yeah,
breaks down.
Yeah, fair enough.
So a lot of, and the reason why I always
And he
go
says
hard
he
on-
doesn't know about.
I knew a lot of the people, the ones I respect personally. I knew them personally. I knew some of the best content creators for men personally on my phone right now.
Yeah, but can I make the point with Kevin Samuels?
ahead.
I don't think he would have reached as many people or had as much of an impact if he did not make it entertaining.
Yes.
I don't think if he was like, let me talk to the reasonable women on my show,
No.
I'll have as much of an impact. And I
That's exactly
honestly
what I was
think that
talking
Kevin
about.
Samuels changed like more lives than anyone in
Yeah.
the red pill, like in the manosphere. I think like he had the greatest impact out of everyone.
Here-
Except maybe Andrew Tate, he was a little bit more. I
Yeah.
would say.
Here's
But,
the reality.
Yeah.
You are such a smart woman,
Yeah.
and this is the nuance of it.
Yeah.
You're 100% right.
hmm
Okay.
And Kevin has said it himself.
hmm
If I did not make did not provide the entertainment, the masses would not listen because the masses want the entertainment. But what Kevin Samuels would also talk about is how he was refining the message, as Andrew Tate is talking about, as they're refining the message to be able to better help the masses.
Right.
But then you see it becomes challenging, right? You then have a challenge because then you get a certain stigma on the message. We understand there's a little bit of locker room talk, a little bit of entertainment. But what happens is it becomes a little bit more difficult. So what I'm saying is that every generation needs to do it better, right? If we're saying, okay, he was able to maximize reaching the masses, but then the message got lost because of the entertainment, because the
message was never lost.
So my biggest thing is that, okay,
do you think his message got lost, Kevin Samuels?
I think Kevin Samuels' message got lost to a lot of people, and I think Kevin Samuels was intentionally doing things to improve it. And that's why I respect Kevin so much, because
his message did not get lost. I don't know which point he was on about there. It was entertaining, not because he made it entertaining on purpose. It's because the delusions, the entitlement was entertaining. That's what it was. It's not because they wanted to be entertaining. It's because being that delusional is funny. Like, how can you exist in a world and have that kind of mindset? That's why it was entertaining. Not, hey, let me go out of my way to make this a funny thing. Obviously, after some time with the whole funny thing, oh, hey, Big Shirley and this, that, because he's a humorous person. But he just capitalized on what was already entertaining to begin with. It just made it more interesting. But the thing is, they brought themselves, that's what I think anyway. Oh, my hand is just doing all the things that Hafiz is doing. Oh God.
Kevin grew. Same with Andrew Tate. They understood that, therefore, when you're talking to the masses of people versus 1,000 people, 5,000 people, they understood these things, and they continue to improve.
Well, of course, you improve at your craft over time. Yes.
Yeah, but you asked me, did the message get lost? Did it get lost to everybody? Of course not. But what they understood, which is why they grew, because there is a better way of doing things. I've grown, right? And so to me, what I'm communicating to you is that if you're going to do content, you should look at the people before you and don't just simply try to get the most attention, because a lot of times people play this altruistic game, like, I just want to help. No, you want views, you want attention, you want followers, you want dollars. You can't deny that. And to deny that is being
you want those things because you want to reach more people. I don't think we should be shamed for it or made to think it's a bad thing. Of course, if you're going to start the wife school, you want it to reach masses, especially when you realize that the current climate doesn't have a lot of wives. Then you want to reach the masses. So if that is the motivating factor, it's great, because it's going to make you brainstorm and try different things that will help you attain those views, those subscribers, those followers, because that's the engagement you need eventually. Those people who are watching will then become wives, etc. You need those things. So I don't think we need to be all this pious thing like, oh no, I don't actually want people, I'm just doing it because it's the right thing to do. Yes, it is, but at the same time, you want people to come in. So I don't know where he's going with that point.
There is a benefit of being the most entertaining popping YouTube channel. There is a selfish benefit. None of us are perfect from it. But my biggest thing is that when you realize, you know what, I truly want to impact the most individuals. And if I'm going to do that, bringing the most ratchet girls on a show called Wife Academy. Do you know a show called Charm School on VH1? Or Bad Girls Club? That's what you're trying to do.
Charm School? When I was explaining this idea, somebody told me about Charm School.
Or Bad Girls Club. That's exactly what you're trying to do. Like, that to me is like, yo, that's just pure VH1 reality show garbage. If you're truly trying to make a change, find teachable women. There's a whole community of teachable women in today's world who want to learn, who want to grow, who want to be better wives.
But
why don't you focus on them?
Because if you make it the most entertaining show, then you get the people that actually want to learn.
Exactly.
That's because it hits, because you hit the most people, so the one it resonates with. It's not just going to be like, I told you, I'm going to be doing it.
Here's the reality. You and I both understand audience capture. And let's keep it 100, because either you're oblivious to how YouTube works, or you're being utterly delusional.
It's the hand on the lap for me.
I don't believe you're delusional. I believe you're very smart women. So I hope it's not that you're oblivious to this, how it works. There is audience capture. Here, perfect example. if I am going,
What is this? It's like you are incapable of doing what you've set out to do. So how about I coach you into how delusional you are to think that this idea that you have is going to work? Because I don't believe in it. So let me tell you how shite it is. That's kind of the tone I'm getting from him.
to make Chick-fil-A. What kind of food do I want? I want chicken.
Mhm.
My mindset going here is I want chicken.
Uh-huh.
If Chick-fil-A starts serving seafood,
Mhm.
I don't want seafood from Chick-fil-A.
Uh-huh.
So Chick-fil-A has captured an audience that wants these things.
Mhm.
So for content creators,
Mhm.
if your primary form of content
Mhm.
is, let's say, playing video games, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna do video game content to be able to reach the masses, and all of a sudden, I'm gonna then teach my rocket science on the side.
But it wouldn't just be hoes. That's what I'm telling you. I'm doing it too. I'm the
come
main
on.
character on my channel.
No,
I'm the main character. Yes, I am.
you literally
Yes,
just said
I-
it's you, your friend, and
Yeah.
a bunch of hoes.
Yes,
You're
yes,
you're not being serious.
Yeah.
Let's stop playing this game. This is why
It's not a game.
this is why the red pill people, you guys are acting dumb. You know
Uh-huh.
what you're
Okay.
doing. You know you're doing this for the
No,
views and the
I
clicks
have
and the
s-
likes.
I have a
Stop
hu-
playing these games.
I have 100% said it is going to be an entertaining show.
Yeah.
You're bringing
I don't-
hoes who don't want to learn. Come on.
How do you
How do you
know
know
they
that?
don't want to learn?
You said that's biggest 305,
Yes,
305,
yes,
305. Come
yeah.
on.
How do you know that?
Yes.
I'm
You
not
can trick
delusional.
people in there. You're not
I'm
tricking
not.
me.
I'm not tricking anybody.
If
Why
you-
do you keep like accusing me?
Yeah, what is that?
And it's
We're
just like,
having
yeah,
fun.
okay.
Oh,
Are
what's
you-
this? We're
is this too
having
much for you?
fun.
No,
Ew. Having fun. Hey. It's like the minute you tell him that, hey, you're accusing me of something, hey, we're having fun. I don't know. You just, oh God. It's late, and when it comes to times like this, I talk a bunch of gibberish and I struggle to be as objective as possible. And I giggle a lot. I'm gonna try to just go through this. Let's keep it going. We're not even an hour in. Oh my Jesus Christ, help me. Okay, let's keep going.
I can
I'm-
calm down. if
no,
you want
I'm-
me.
I'm
We're-
good.
I thought we were having fun.
Okay.
You want entertainment, right? You
Yeah,
want views.
okay.
You're the one who said you want entertainment.
Okay.
Now I'm giving you entertainment. Now
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah. Okay.
You want entertainment? We're having a good time.
Okay. Yeah.
Having a good time, ladies and
Uh-huh.
gentlemen.
Uh-huh.
My point is that I understand
Mhm.
that you have to provide entertainment.
Mhm.
And when you make things stale like broccoli,
Mhm.
nobody's going to want it. I understand that.
Uh-huh.
But what I'm saying is that if
Mhm.
you're telling me the biggest issue
Uh-huh.
that's destroying society is the point that you brought up
Mhm.
about the issues between marriage, and
Mhm.
you believe your
Mhm.
solution is a academy for women.
Well,
Why
I'm
won't
also-
you get the
I'm-
women
I'm
who
also-
want to actually learn? Why
Mhm.
won't you get the healthy,
But
positive women
that's like
that
'cause
want to
the
learn?
way I think about it is I'm gonna have more screen time anyway. And then you get like it's like you always want to contrast the personalities and you're trying to make it funny.
Yeah.
And so it's like it's
Is
gonna
it funny or is it should
it's-
be helped?
I think
What's the purpose of the school?
I think you can do both. And maybe
Mhm.
you feel like it can only be one.
No.
Maybe
Stop playing this game.
can you let
Go
me
ahead,
you
go
keep
ahead.
cutting me
I'm
off.
sorry.
It's my
I'm sorry.
channel.
It's actually my channel today. It's my channel
not,
today.
It's not like
Okay, I like that. Like, hey, can you just zip it? Because in my show, it's my house, and I live here. It's like, shut up! It's my show. Finally, gosh, it's as if he was running the whole thing.
and it's like
I'm messing with you.
I think you can be entertaining and helpful at the same time. I just
100%.
think
100%.
you
Look at
reach
Trevor
the most
Noah.
people.
Is it Trevor Noah? No. Is it Trevor Noah? My brain. Like, he's able to tackle really head-on conversations, subjects and topics. Not head-on, like really tough subjects. And because it's mixed with humor and he's really able to penetrate our minds, you know, and that's why I love his delivery. I think the other day I came across one of his a snippet from his interview where someone was like, oh, you had a beef with Ye, and the way he delivered it was just so beautiful, and he added a bit of humor in there as well, just so that the audience was able to receive it, as well as the same person who stuck it on him or accused him of something. Instead of going on to the defense, he added a bit of humor and still was able to get into their mind as well, just so that they could better understand them. And I think humor or comedy or making something entertaining in order to get the wider or the bigger message across is absolutely key. That, I think that's the best way to get any information across, because when people's defenses are up, that it's harder to get anything through to them. So yeah, I think, or should I say, I still stand by Hafiz having the mindset where it's like black, white. It's either this or that, or my brain cannot really grasp this concept, therefore then it is this, you know. It's just very rigid, you know,
through entertainment. And I feel like if you have an entertaining and you have one character that's actually trying to learn, or two characters that are actually trying to learn, it's like they're trying to overtake like the world of hoes. And it's like then you can see the progression. And I feel like you'll still have people that want to learn that'll sign up. But that's just my
think about it. Michael,
I'm going to have more screen time than the other girls because it's my show.
So here's the question.
Yeah.
Season 3, you end up getting married. You're no longer on the show because you obviously can't be. No, sorry, you can't be in this school multiple seasons. Are you getting kept back?
No. I mean, what
happened season 2?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, then I would host. You're right.
Yeah. Think about it. You can't. If you are in Marriage Academy for 7 years in a row, they're like, yo, something's wrong with this chick right here. How's she in this 7 years in a row? So after season 1,
then we coach. Yeah.
Now you're gonna be coaching.
Yeah.
Who's all gonna be in the audience?
Who's gonna be in the audience?
Who's gonna be the students now?
Well, it's kind of like a show. Like it would be, you would have a mix. It would be a mix.
50-50, 90-10.
I don't know. I'm just trying to get season 1 out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I really haven't thought about season 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
You keep having to like hammer me out the details.
I thought honestly, you told me this. You had a plan. I thought you had a when people have
for season
1 year,
what?
3 year, 5 year.
Not
plan.
really.
just
Honestly, this whole content creation thing, I've just kind of like done the best I can. I don't really think ahead, to be fair. Like,
I know.
Yeah, but it's like it works out pretty well.
Yeah.
I'm almost at 500K. Subscribe.
Yeah.
Honestly, that to me, if I'm being real, I know a lot of you guys love those numbers. To me, those numbers don't mean anything.
Okay.
Okay, but it's not your
genuinely,
pick.
what are you out to do? Because I think,
What
and
is
this is
his
where
thing?
I'm not picking on you. A lot of people in the space, they genuinely, the scoreboard is views, it's subscribers, it is dollars. The scoreboard for me is seeing men's lives transform. It's seeing
It can be
actual
both.
healthier families in today's society, seeing the system and seeing all those unhealthy things no longer existing.
It can be
and now
both.
there's better men, better women, better future. That's the scoreboard for me. And so at the end of the day,
No one's talking
every
about
single
you.
decision that we make should be for the purpose of creating healthier men and women in the future.
That's what we're doing.
And so if the scoreboard,
Go ahead.
go ahead. Now I lost my train of thought.
No, go ahead.
You've lost your train of
If
thought.
the scoreboard,
You've lost your train of thought. What? Hey. God. For fuck's sake. Pearl.
it's simply views, likes, and subscribers, and then I respect that. But keep it 100. Keep it 100. I'm not mad at it. If it's
But
entertainment,
why can't you do both? Why does it have to be one or the other?
you can't do both. But
can't
be
do-
honest.
You can't do anything if you don't make
No,
money.
but here's the
You
deal.
can't, like,
But be honest what you're doing.
what
That's
do
my
you mean?
thing. What do you? If you're being 100% real, primarily, can you be honest? Primarily,
Why?
because there's no
It's
thing
as
is like
if-
50-50. There's no.
It's as if he has these preconceived ideas of what things are based off of very limited informations. Most of them are just his own conclusions, and then when you decide to not even decide, you start to introduce new facts into that idea, because it's you he's talking about. He's like, no, 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 you couldn't possibly be thinking about this. This is what you should be thinking about. He just gaslights your whole existence. I don't know why is it? Mainly because he doesn't listen to understand, because he has this black and white mindset. So it's like, no, I'm not going to listen to understand, because if I now understand you, that shatters my black and white thinking, and I can't possibly stop thinking black and white. Therefore, what you're saying is full of crap. Let me tell you what you should be thinking instead. And I don't know how he's going to be convincing people to be better if this is his approach. Look at me, like, I feel like them Kung Fu masters. Gosh. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, perfect what's that word? Asymmetrical split, right? If you're being honest, you're just building this as you fly. You don't know these things. You're new here. You don't really know what's going on. And so to me, I'm not holding you to the same standards I hold myself to. A lot of those other content creators, they're older men. They've been doing this for a long time. There's a lot of wisdom that I'm like, yo, I'm a 32-year-old man who's just figuring life out. I'm a young man. I don't have the wisdom as these older dudes. So I hold them to higher standards. We're just having fun. You're new here. You're just figuring stuff out. You're just copying, pasting some of what they say to you. You're trying this out. You're gonna learn. You're gonna be better. 5 years from now, you're gonna be a totally different person. How old are you?
I'm 25.
You're super young. You're young. See, I never get mad at the young red pill guys and girls. I don't get, because you guys.
What are you going on about? You're 32, mate. You ain't 72. You're young, girl. You're young. You're a smart girl.
You're young. It's like a young feminist. Oh yeah, I don't want no babies. 25, sure. I'll see you at 35 with your beautiful husband and your children. So to me, my pushback is, I get that you're not where I get that you're not where you need to be right now, and it's okay because you're on your journey. But my biggest thing is that if we are being honest, and we're saying that if this is the big, like, they're telling me the biggest issue in today's society is to break down the family. The biggest issue is the law. If these are the biggest issues, then I'm like, why is not 90, 80, 70% of the energy being put into these things? If this is truly the biggest issue, I truly believe the biggest issue is that we're not building strong, competent men. That's why I sacrifice everything that I own and everything that I've done to put all my energy into that. I'm, as Patrick Bet-David said, a true believer in what I'm communicating. And so to me, I just got to be honest. If you're simply doing this for fun, for views, for likes, you're just figuring things out. Call it for what it is. But let's not play this game like we're these altruistic individuals who don't care about these other things. When we do, and it waters down the content.
I've never played a game where I pretend that I don't want to make money and get subscribers. Like, I want that too, but I just think you can do both.
Yeah.
I think you can advocate for men and make money at it. I don't see the problem.
And the reality,
and I think you can start to build solutions and make money. Like, I think everything, like, you can't build anything without money.
Yeah.
You can't build that, like, nothing.
But no
one's doing a charity here.
If you're telling me my goal is to help men, and I need to make money, but the way I'm making money is hurting men,
I'm not hurting.
How is it hurting?
Who said you? I didn't say you, girl. Why are you taking this personally?
No, but I'm like,
why are you taking this personally?
I'm not.
Am I hitting a sore spot? That's how you feel. That's what bothers you at night.
No, you're not hitting anything.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
What is that? It's actually very jarring. Very cringe, isn't it? Like, am I hitting a soft spot? Am I even? It's like, it's very awkward, you know. He's definitely got different personalities. He hasn't really found himself. Then again, he's 32. I don't know. Yeah, it's a hot mess. Whoever coached him, like, it's not even who coached him. I think he has various mentors, and because he hasn't fully found himself, he's still on that journey. His character or personality, should I say, is just blurred, it's very fluid, and it's very, very confusing, ups and downs, very erratic. And boy, the mental gymnastics of it all.
We're
having a good time. We're having a good time. We're having a good time, guys. We're having a good time.
But it's like I don't know. I think you can do both.
Of course.
Yeah.
But my thing is that as
he
you
says,
grow,
of course, but proceeds
you
to
realize
not.
that, dang, some of the stuff I was doing yesterday
Mm-hmm.
I thought was good,
Uh-huh.
is not beneficial today. It's
Uh-huh.
not moving people forward today.
Mhm.
It's not helping men and women today. Once you understand those things, then you as the individual can adjust, can improve, and you will. You definitely will. You're 25. You're new to the space. You're gonna get so much better. And so what I'm
it's kind of like, oh, Pearl, you're new. You're baby. You'll get it in time. Jesus Christ. What is this?
What I'm communicating is that if there was a healthy balance, right? We've gotten on too far on the entertainment side, and we're not into the true life transformation side.
Well, Jesus, she hasn't even gotten there yet. You don't even allow her to say the thing in its full entirety, because you always just nitpick. And this is a man, like, so feminine. I'm so sorry. Like, he has a lot of feminine traits, because women are the ones that like to nitpick and, oh yeah, but you said this here. Okay, let's just rewind it because you said this there, And it's like, okay, can we get out of this small detail and think about the bigger picture? It's like, I don't know. If he were coaching me, I don't know, because I'm quite objective. I like direct communication. I like to be very concise, because that's just pretty much how I am, taught by my dad, very principled in that respect. So when I'm speaking to men or, working with men, I just automatically assume that they'll get their point across much quicker. But it's just like, boy, can we just,
And in regards, not saying you, not saying you, but I'm saying the content in general. And that's what I've seen, because I've been watching this content for a long time. You're new here. I've been watching this for a very, very long time. The people that you mentioned, I've been watching them for a very, very long time. And to me, there is an evolution and there's a growth, which I love what I was seeing out of Kevin. I love what I'm seeing out of Andrew Tate. And that's what we need to make the society a better place. And that's all I'm
No, Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is entertaining. I think I've only done one reaction to his thing. I like his approach. He knows how to just throw a cannonball there to get your attention and then get his point across. That's his communication style, and it's working. At one point, no one knew about Andrew Tate. Imagine if he was in his corner somewhere, just like, okay, I'm trying to teach people about X, Y, and Z, but I'm just going to do it like this. No, you have to find your own communication style to get the message across to the masses. Because had he not had that approach, I wouldn't have known who Andrew Tate was, and it wouldn't have gone far, 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 even into the hands of Piers Morgan. I like it. Maybe it's not your style, but it gets the job done, because at the end of the day, the bigger picture is for the masses to hear this information. Yes, I can make money from it, but at the end of the day, I need the masses to hear this information. So how can I get that point across so that it can hit the masses? And his one is throw a cannonball, and then when it goes poof, then, the message goes everywhere. Therefore, if Pearl has decided that, okay, the bigger picture is creating wives, because we want to build, a generation, like what I'm doing, a generation of marriageable women. But because the generation right now is filled with women who do not really know how to step outside of their delusions, how about we bring someone who is delusional, but isn't aware that they're delusional, as they're speaking, us, the viewers, will be like, okay, that sounds very delusional, and that sounds like me. Okay, then that means I need to do X, Y, and Z differently. That's how you teach. Everyone has a teaching style. Maybe the way Hafiz teaches will help and resonate with some men or women. He has his people. But to say that your way is the only way, or if your brain cannot wrap around how someone else does it, it's like, then it can't be done, or you're doomed from the get-go. It's like he really dampens the mood if you are not firm, in your what's it called, in your plans and your views. He can easily like shatter it and just shoulda on it. I don't know.
Do you think Rollo Tomasi? I feel like it's like, I feel like he's the most like, these are the solutions, these are the tools you need.
Solutions? I thought it was a praxeology, not an ideology.
Well,
define for me a praxeology. Let's stop right there. Define. You want me to look it up, or do you want to look it up?
You can look it up.
I'm curious. You said I don't.
I think it's like based on.
I'm not a smart guy. I'm just a guy who likes to read books and share my opinion. I want to know what a praxeology is. I want to know a praxeology. I'm not smart, guys. I'm just a guy. A praxeology is a theory of human action based on the notion that humans engage in purposeful behavior. Is this the right one?
Never looked up the definition. I don't know.
How would you use a word if you never look up the definition?
I said that's what they say.
Oh, so you don't know?
Yeah, I don't know.
So you're just going off what they say.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
I told you guys, you got to study these things. You got to study it for yourself. You can't just
but read it, read it,
and then go what they say. Look it up yourself. Don't just be a blind witness.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't have the definition of a praxeology memorized.
Yeah. Well, if you're using a word, hopefully.
I love Pearl's humor. She always finds a way to just casually drops it in. And then it's as if Hafiz doesn't hear it, and then he gets triggered. He's like, oh, let me pounce on you right here. It's like the cat and mouse. Pearl knows what to say to trigger him. And he falls for it every single time. And the thing is, Hafiz doesn't realize this is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Because this is very much entertaining, and this is something that it's a teaching moment as well. You're learning about the dynamic between these two. I think he lacks self-awareness, because he should realize that, he said he's having fun, but it's like, does he realize he is the entertainment?
You know what it means. I'm not gonna throw a word out there. I don't even know what that word means, because Jack and Jill told me what it means.
No, I thought it was like my understanding of
the
it
study
is
of human action and conduct.
Yeah, like so, my understanding was it's like based on like reality, and it's based on like data. It's not like ideology is like how you view the world, and a praxeology is like based on what is. That's my understanding.
Ideology is a system of ideas and ideals. If you have a solution to a problem, that is an idea. And so therefore everyone has a unique set of ideas, everyone has a unique set of solutions, and that unique set of ideas and solutions creates someone's ideology. So therefore when you use the word praxeology, which you did not know what it meant, you just heard somebody else said it and then you spewed it out. Therefore what I'm trying to communicate is that
I said that's what they say. That's what I said.
You heard what someone else said and you spewed it out.
Yes.
And the initial point which I was saying initially is that too many people, when they hear talking points online, they simply regurgitate them. They never analyze them for themselves. Everything that I said, guys, I'm just a man who likes to read books and share my opinion. I'm not Dr. Jordan B. Peterson. I'm not Dr. David Buss. I'm simply a man who likes to read books and share my opinion. Everything that I say, men and women, study it yourself, investigate it yourself, because that to me is an end destination. And so my biggest point in this conversation was that everybody has a system of practices. So you said that individual, whatever that guy's name, has solutions. Oh, wait, great. I'm curious, what is his solutions?
Oh, so he does money, muscle, game, frame. And so it's like, if you want to get better with women, it's like, get your money up, your muscles, game, and then
so
frame.
they're telling men what to do?
Yeah. I
Okay,
guess.
interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. So they're
Well, I
telling,
think he says it's like the tools that he gives men.
I don't
and
want-
then this is
let's move on from
you
him.
can do what
let's
you
move
want
on
with
from him
it.
because I don't want him to.
But this
do
isn't your
reaction.
interview.
Huh?
Okay, this is.
I just know my
Uh-huh.
rule of thumb is I know how certain people act.
Uh-huh.
Then you mention their name is like freaking like mention Bloody Mary, they can pop up in the mirror.
Uh-huh.
I don't want. I want to focus on you and me conversation.
Uh-huh.
Other people, other content
Uh-huh.
creators. If they're not in the room, let's not talk about them.
What the hell?
Okay.
What does that even mean?
What is your position on marriage then?
To me,
Oh gosh.
marriage.
Just when I was about to say, okay, maybe we can wrap this up, he's about to dive into marriage. I don't know. Let me see what time it is. My eyes have probably gone so small. Like this one. It's about to start twitching. But I want to know what he's going to say about marriage. Okay, we'll watch it a bit more and then we'll wrap up. If it starts getting too long-winded, then we will just wrap it up real quick. But yeah, let's just see.
Is the greatest blessing you'll ever have in your life, or it can also be the greatest burden you'll ever have in your life. It's the
Okay.
single most important decision that you'll make in your life, and it's a serious decision that people don't take seriously and have huge ramifications.
Mhm.
I truly believe marriage and family. The family is the foundation of society. If there is no family, the society is run by the state, and that's what nobody wants.
He reminds me of when I used to be in Ghana and I had to memorize. So my memory, what I'd do is all of my exams, I would chew and pour. That's what we used to call it in Ghana, chew and pour. Literally write down my essays and memorize the whole book into my head. So like 3 hours, what I was going to write in the exam for 3 hours, it will be in my head, literally from the A to the to the, every single thing, to the commas, to the full stops, because I have a photographic memory. I find that the way he was talking is as if he's written all these talking points on like this. He's just going through it like that. I don't know. It's just, he's got so many personalities. Gosh.
I'm not sure your political views, but most people don't want a society that's run by the state. We don't want communism. We don't want socialism. We need strong, independent families leading strong, independent communities. And so I totally understand that marriage is the foundation of it. But at the same time, choose the wrong woman, worst burden ever. Choose the right woman, greatest blessing ever.
What do you think about prenups? Did you get a prenup?
No.
No prenup?
No. I totally agree. If you're a man and you want prenups, I'm not a money guy. There's other things that we talked about and we've obviously conversed with. Money's not important to me. Everybody's different.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so if you're a man and you want a prenup, or you're a woman, you want a prenup, all power to be to it. One of the things me and my friends had a great conversation about prenups, and I said the reality of it is the state has rules if your marriage falls apart. So you should have rules yourself.
Okay.
So this is what I was talking to Adam about the marital agreement. People don't realize prenup is like a smaller version of a marriage agreement, because prenup is only a few things, but there's a lot more things that you need to have in your marriage. I.e., what happens if you and I pass away in a car accident? Who do our kids get raised by? There's a lot of things that you need to be able to sit down with your partner and talk about. So to me, a prenup is just the beginning. You need to have a whole agreement where you talk about all these nuanced conversations and topics to be able to benefit your marriage in the long run.
Okay.
Do you think that men or women are more to blame for the high divorce rate? Or do you
Both.
think it's equal?
Primarily men, and here's why.
Okay.
Who is the leader in society?
Men. Well, actually, no, now that it's like women make 70 to 80% of consumer buying decisions.
Who's the leader? I'm curious.
Well, the man
Dear
should
people,
be.
put it on her camera.
Yeah.
Tell the people who's the leader in society.
No, men, you're right. Men lead.
So
men lead.
she believes.
But women have a lot of power in society today.
But you simply who leads, men or women?
Men. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
If men are the leaders and your team loses, you play volleyball, you play Division I sports, you know this thing.
I played D1. Oh, stop it. I wish.
If you are the leader of your team, the team loses. What should the leader do? Whose fault is it then? When the quarterback loses the game, his receiver drops the touchdown. What does the quarterback say when the interviewer asks him, why did we lose the game?
Don't
He
know.
takes accountability.
He says,
Even if
Mhm.
there was something that other people did to contribute to the loss, the
Mhm.
quarterback never throws his team under the bus, which is why Ron Rivera, the Redskins head coach, everybody got mad at him because he blamed Carson Wentz for losing. Is
Okay.
Carson Wentz playing good?
Yeah.
Heck no, he's playing like Garbaggio.
Mhm.
But the coach cannot go before the audience and say, oh, the reason we're losing because of him. You're
Okay.
the leader. Put that on your back.
Mhm.
Are there things that women have done and feminism has done to contribute to the breakdown of society?
Mhm.
100,000%. But man, I thought we were the leaders. I thought we were in charge. How did we let this day happen? How did we let it get to this place? So
Okay.
me personally, I understand that if you're going to be the leader, you get the final say and you get the responsibility when the team loses.
I actually kind of agree with that.
Hey, we
I kind of agree
agree.
with that.
Yay!
Yeah, because I think women wanted a certain amount of power, and like men gave it to them.
Mhm.
Like, who developed birth control? It was men. But I do think like it's kind of on the women though too, because we asked for it, and
Of
so
course.
it's like if you're gonna ask for it, then you can't be mad at the consequences.
use it.
And now, but the problem is now, I think now women have more power than men.
Yeah.
Like that's just we make 70 to 80% of consumer buying decisions, and we make up, and we spend
Oh,
more than
there's that side.
women decide elections.
If you truly believe that the power, I feel like I'm an Andrew Tate right now, the power in today's world
Yeah.
is being held in the hands of women, you are deceiving yourself. You think the global elites are a bunch of women who are ruining the world?
Oh, you see, that's the Andrew Tate. Even the way he's sitting. So he's gone through different people, different mentals, different people he's seen, and he's just.
This is not Wonder Woman.
See, I haven't gotten to the elite stage of red pill yet.
Listen.
The elites, that's like a term I haven't gotten there yet.
If you think who's running the world are women, you do not understand the way the world works. Men run the world. Men have the power. Just because they give women a little bit of consumer spending goods to be able to shop on useless things on Amazon, just because they give individuals a right to vote occasionally, you think the men are not ruling this world?
Yeah, maybe a small, a small percentage, but women, we're the ones that are bailed out of every bad decision we make.
Who allows those rules?
Yeah.
Why do they allow?
But then at the same time, who elects those people?
But it benefits
You think it's a democracy?
In the U.S., women decide elections.
You think this is a democracy here? You think this is a free democracy where there's
He's not
people
listening. He's
the
playing
leaders?
a character.
Come on, you're too young for this.
You don't think women decide elections? We're more.
Do you really believe
Okay.
This is Andrew
the
Tate.
power in the free world is being decided? They're letting people freely decide the elections. You think if they don't want somebody in power, they're not going to make sure this person's not going to be empowered? My point of
Okay, so you're on the voter.
I'm just having fun.
Okay. No, I don't.
You gotta get the red pill conspiracy theory. This is their red.
I don't subscribe to the stealing elections and stuff.
I didn't say stealing elections.
That's what it seemed like you were.
I never said anything about stealing elections.
Okay.
I never said anything about stealing elections. I'm just communicating certain ideas. And so my point, when you asked me, you said, who is at fault? I cannot say I'm a man. Men are the leaders. And then blame it. Do women have a responsibility to the destruction of society? Of course they do. But men are the leaders. It stops with us. A man had to make this a law. A man had to say this was okay.
But the women elected them. I don't know.
So you believe that the women are electing the men, and then the men are so you believe the women are the master puppeteers who are electing the political pundits to do their bidding. I'm telling you right now, if you really believe that the powers in Russia, the powers in China, the powers all over these world superpowers are being run because of a woman electing somebody in office, I'm telling you right now, you might need a little bit more political research.
Well, I just think it's like when women get into power, we trend towards communism. So I don't know. I just think I agree with you. Like I do think men lead, and so I think the power they gave to women, like they did give it to us.
Still benefits.
Explain North Korea. Explain China. You think China gave power to women?
No,
you said leaning towards communism. You think China gave power to women? That's why they're leaning towards communism. Get back to relationship politics. Let's stay in relationships. So back to the relationships. Who is the major person that's at fault in regards to the breakdown of the families? Do women have a role? Yes, but I call men the leaders, so men are primarily responsible.
Do you think men are more different today, or women are more different today than the 1940s?
I honestly think it's both. Okay. And here's why: testosterone levels at men are all-time what?
Low.
All-time low. You know this stuff. You know the red pill talking points, right? So you know these things. So of course, 100%. If men the man in 1944, I always butcher the year, who invaded Normandy. Are they the same men today who are wearing their blue hair and their pronouns are him, her, and zip and zed and zoop and zoop? Are those the same men that were invading Normandy back in the day?
There are some weird male feminists.
Come on, man! You think those things are the same ones? The dudes wearing.
I've interviewed some. I'm like, oh god.
The dudes wearing dresses. You think these are the same guys that were back in the 1940s?
No, you're right.
Come on. What are you talking about? So that's one of my arguments. Is like, fellas, have women devolved? Heck yeah, but look at what the
we ask them to. We'll be like,
but why did you listen? Man, you are in charge.
Right.
You are
we
the
shouldn't
boss.
listen to women, right?
We shouldn't listen to women.
Don't listen to somebody when they're telling you to do the wrong thing. As a leader, it's like you use the Andrew Tate example.
But then you get canceled.
If I am the parent and my child told me I want cotton candy every day for the rest of my life,
you say women are children?
I told you I'm using the example, and we're gonna get the people going.
We are a little bit.
We're having fun here. We're having fun. If you have a child, and that child said they want cotton candy for every single day for the rest of their life, and you are the leader, you are in charge, and then that child says they want it, what do? Do you just simply say the child is crying, I give them the cotton candy, or do you say I'm in charge, I'm the leader, what's best for you is this? You're not getting that nonsense, that foolishness. What do you say? I'm curious. You're smarter than me. Please teach the people.
You should just give the kid whatever they want.
I love it. Exactly.
I'm just kidding. Just listen to the 4-year-old.
Listen to the 4-year-old. So my point is that if you are the leader and you're responsible for somebody, you have to make the best decisions. And even if the decision makes them upset, you got to do what makes them healthy and in the long run. So that's my personal opinion on these things.
Do you think that polygamy could be a solution going forward?
No, because polygamy would destabilize society. And this is what blows my mind about the red pill and the red pill. Some of the red pill guys always talking about how a high value man exercises options. Imagine
that's how I started. It's because my dad's in in that category, and I called him. I'm like, Dad, where are your hoes? You're supposed to have some.
Oh Lord Jesus!
I was so confused. I was like, I didn't grow up with this.
Listen.
This is a different world.
You got to do a lot of.
When they were explaining it, I was like, wow, this is very different than what
you drank the Kool-Aid. You're fully in it, but hopefully by the end of today's
you realize I don't agree with cheating. Okay. I've never said I agree with cheating.
No one says they agree with it. Just because they have options, I can agree to the fact that they have options, because pretty much all of these women say they want this man, so that's options. I can agree with that and still also believe that, you don't have to cheat. You don't have to exercise those options. It doesn't mean that you don't have those options to begin with. So this man.
No. Doesn't that mean then I'm a part? Doesn't that mean then I have a different opinion on it? I thought that's what that meant when you said you drank the Kool-Aid.
What I'm saying is that there's certain ideologies and that you have that when I hear you say them, I'm like, dang, I remember that video where somebody uttered that idea, and I'm like, man, did she copy and paste it, or did she genuinely believe it? And so going back to the point.
Well, if things make sense, if someone has a good argument, why would I not repeat it? If I've researched it and I think it's a good argument.
We've just seen some of the things you haven't researched. So my rule of thumb is that
the definition of a praxeology.
100%. Okay. 100%. Because you called me out and you said it's not an ideology. It's a praxeology. You don't even know what that word even means.
Oops.
Off the top of my head, no.
My battery.
I just had a general idea.
Hold on, guys.
Cool. Okay. So, in regards, you asked me about polygamy.
Sorry, guys. Let me just make sure we're in focus. Okay, let's continue.
It destabilizes society. Here's why. Think about a guy like an Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is tall, he's handsome, he's successful. If Andrew Tate was like, I want everybody's girl, he can.
Sometimes I have to remind myself that we're live because it's getting late and I might just say something. Okay, so we've got a comment here. How cool would it be if you went on Pearls? I know. That would be so amazing. I'm sure it's somewhere, in my future. So we will work on that. Thank you for putting that out there and welcome here. I don't think I've seen you here before. So yeah, thank you.
Genghis Khan this whole planet. He could. He could Genghis Khan this whole planet, and like Genghis Khan did. And here's the reality: for the average guy, it doesn't benefit him because even if you've seen freaking Braveheart, right? Obviously, it's a fictional movie, but it's an example with prima nocte going on in Scotland. There was a time in the day where if a dude wanted your woman, they pull up and they take your woman. What are you going to do about it? I'm in charge.
And so I've never seen Braveheart. But
me neither. That's one of the movies I
of your life.
TV,
it's a movie. 2.5% of your life is missing. You haven't watched Braveheart. My point of it, and this is why, like, I had so much respect for when Andrew Tate was talking about male promiscuity wasn't a good thing, because as a guy, if guys wanted to take all, they could play that Genghis Khan game, and that would disrupt society. And you think men today are complaining about 1/3 of men don't have sex, and all the Chads and Tyrones are having sex, and not me. Let polygamy be normal. Let the game, let the floodwaters really let free. And so, to me, I truly believe it destabilizes society and to create an equal opportunity for all men. We have to be able to say no, one man, one woman.
Okay.
What do you think if it was like they could have multiple, but it would be like capped? Like, don't some religions?
That's Islam. That's Islam. Islam is up to 4 wives.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you thought that was like, would you feel the same way? Because wouldn't it be? It would be like polygamy, but it wouldn't be like on steroids. Like no Genghis Khans out here.
Yeah. So that's Islam's argument, right? It's Islamic community's arguments to that, but it also destabilizes society. Because think about it right now. You're a numbers girl. Like I said, you're smarter than me.
Yeah.
Let's say we had 100
What is that
women,
thing that he says? Why does he have to
Let's
say you're smarter than me? But in everything, it's like condescending in a way. Like, I'll just pay you. Yeah, you're smarter than me. But in actual fact, the way you portray yourself, or even in this conversation, it's just this talking down kind of thing. And then when she mentioned her age, I didn't even realize she was 25. I think she's very mature for 25, instead of it's like, oh, you're young, Meanwhile, she's portrayed herself, or she's come across very, very mature than you, my dear 32-year-old. Oh, God.
99 men in society, right? 100 women, 99 men. How can every man get 4 wives? How many men can get 4 wives before
you still have the problem?
You know what I mean? So it eventually
that's kind of what it is now, though.
And you told me that's the problem in today's world.
Yeah, you're right.
And that's why I'm so passionate. I'm like, if you truly believe the problem in today's world is promiscuity, is a few women going to all the Chads and Tyrone. How can you ascribe to this high value man exercise option and be able to have multiple women?
I don't
not
subscribe to that.
When
you say I think because like when you say you, like I think you're talking about me because it's me and you.
No.
So like if I say you, like I would think that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm talking to people.
Okay.
People, you know what I mean? I want to ignore the beautiful people in the camera.
Okay.
So that's what I'm trying to communicate. And so at the end of the day, I realized that if we're trying to really help society, one man can't have 10, 15, 20 girls. It's not going to help us. It's not going to help that average dude in Indiana. It's not fair.
So my dad, when I told my dad that, he was like, have these guys try one wife before they try 4.
and let's talk about it. So to me, my number one, my second pushback, one of my many 75 pushbacks on the red pill ideology is like, if you've had one wife, having 3 to me is like torture. I'm being honest with you. Not saying my one wife is torture. I'm saying having 3 because those 3 are competing for your time, energy, and attention. My name is Hafiz. Hafiz is not an African name, ignorant people. It's not a Nigerian name, highly educated people. It's an Arabic name. My family is all Arabic. Most of every male in my family, my dad's side of the family, is Muslim. I come from a polygamous background. The reality of the matter is polygamous families have issues. They have issues, not freaking
It's like multiplied, isn't it? Imagine
I don't know
wife.
anyone that personally like grew up with that. So I'm just curious.
Give you an example. You have a woman like you.
Okay.
You're the smart wife. You're intelligent. You're submissive. You do everything the right way. You're attractive. Everything is great. Then the husband says, "I want to spend more time with you. I want your kids to go to the best schools. I want your kids to have the nice."
So it's like
favoritism.
He'll have a favorite.
And now, how the other women going to feel about you? They're going to hate you.
Does it come and go?
That's like in the Bible. Leah and Rebecca. No, Leah and Rachel. Competing for Jacob's attention. That's exactly what he's describing.
Oh, because I'd imagine like there'd be seasons because everyone's got pros and cons. Or does he usually have a one favorite that's like always the favorite?
You can't have 10 women and not have one favorite.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm just thinking like in a friend group, like I'll have one favorite, but then she might annoy me, and then like it'll switch.
But you deep down inside know there's a friend that you naturally get along with more than everybody else. It may be seasonal when you get along with somebody else, but over the long span of a friendship, I naturally gravitate towards this person.
It's kind of like there's like jealousy that builds up because
100%.
he doesn't. What's the most wives? One of your.
Like I said, it's not. I can't talk on behalf of my family because my dad doesn't want me talking about these things publicly.
Oh, okay.
But
what's the most wives you've seen, or like personally know someone?
People don't. So in Nigeria, I'm Nigerian. There's three major tribes. There's Yoruba, there's Igbo, and there's Hausa. Most Nigerians that you
houses,
meet
we have
in
some
the
in
Western world are Yoruba and Igbo.
I've met Igbo.
You rarely meet Hausa. You will never. They stay in Nigeria. Houses are predominantly Muslims. Those guys, 20, 25, 30, like those, they will keep on taking. But some of them, like the religion holds them back. But you got to think about it.
Right.
The religion caps them at 4. But how many people really follow their religion all the way? You know what I mean? Like Christianity said you shouldn't have sex until marriage.
No, that's not.
Who really is gonna stop?
Okay, because I live in London, and so like there's a lot of I've had so many Nigerians on my. I feel like Nigerian people just really like to share their opinions. Like, I don't know why.
It's so loud.
It's our culture.
I love my Nigerian.
I don't understand the tribes. I don't know the background. This is just I've had so many Igbos. Am I saying right?
They're outspoken. I do love that.
But yeah, I forgot where I was going with that.
You were saying that I was making a point about having multiple wives and about the cap.
The Nigerian uncle. That's always they always say like be careful of the Nigerian uncle because it's in
so
London,
beautiful
because
today.
what'll happen is they're like he'll spoil like this is what they said it like because I've heard him reference this mysterious Nigerian uncle that he'll spoil you and whatever, but he has a whole family.
100%. 100%. That's what they do.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, part of the culture, the polygamous culture. So to the original question, it destabilizes society, and that's why I'm just like, if you're really trying to help men, you know that you need to tell, hey man, you guys need one. So the other guys can have more. Think about it, like you said.
Let's see. So we've got. Love to see. Yeah, I know. I would love to. Hey, you're very much welcome here. Are you from England then? Or from America? Yes, he was very passive aggressive. I don't know what the issue is. It's like, I don't know. I'm still thinking that he has different personalities. He hasn't fully found himself. He has different mentors that he's just trying to like imitate, mimic. And, like he goes through different waves and he's like, okay, let me just act like this person for now and let me do this. Maybe because he just doesn't know how to just be, because just being isn't maybe enough for him, or nothing to write home about. I don't know. It's just very, very odd. It made the whole conversation a bit awkward so far, and it's so interesting how Pearl comes across as the concise, direct one, and he's the one that's constantly, I would say, or consistently flustered, trying to be quite domineering, but it's always backfiring, very, very weird. But yeah, let's keep going.
You want to incentivize women, incentivize what you want to see more. If the women realize that, hey, you're not going to be so-and-so's side chick. You're
Yeah.
not going to be so-and-so's fourth and fifth wife.
Mhm.
You're going to have to lower your standards.
Yeah.
It will change them. Like you said, it will
Okay.
change them. But if every woman knows, I can be Future's number 17. I can be so-and-so number 15. Like, then it's going to continue to create this issue that we're having in today's world.
Yeah. It's just like, my thing is, I feel like you can't change like certain things that just are. And I always say, I don't feel bad for a single girl that got cheated on by a pro athlete.
Neither do I.
I don't have a bit of sympathy.
Neither do I.
I don't, like, you knew what you signed up for.
100%.
Like, come on.
Or rapper. Seriously.
Like you have that freaking, Jason Derulo,
Of course.
his like baby
Come
mom.
on.
She's like going on
Come
live,
on.
like crying, like, oh, he cheated. I'm like, he's humping girls on stage. What did you
Even
expect?
Adam Levine is like, really?
Yeah.
Adam Levine, he's Maroon 5.
Yeah,
What do you
but it's like,
expect?
I'm not gonna say what they should and shouldn't do, because it's like they work to get to that point.
Yeah.
You
Here's
know?
my
And so I can't change the way the world just like is.
Yeah.
And so when you have someone that's like good looking, they have clout, because I would say like most of the millionaires, like the rich people I know, were kind of nerds. Like nerds aren't really I mean, I know Bill Gates was on his wild shit, but like, so like that's why I would say the community I was in like wasn't that big with that.
Right.
But I'm like, yeah, if you want to be a part of that lifestyle, that just kind of comes with it. And I'm not here to tell them what to do or tell them how to live their life, but it's just like, ladies, if you go for that type of guy, that's what comes
Just
with
know
it.
what
Here's my
comes with the
pushback
territory.
to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with you, but to a point.
Uh-huh.
The men
Okay.
can't lie. My problem with Adam, I don't know his whole story,
Oh.
is that if they lied,
Yeah.
I'm not saying he did it.
Yeah.
My thing is that if you are that kind of guy,
Mm-hmm.
you should let her know up front. Because I play college football. A lot of my friends played in the NFL. The men are not masculine enough to look at the woman in the eyes and be like, yo, I'm gonna have others.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be on tour.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be in different cities. There will be others. I will never, no babies, whatever the rules that they have for their infidelities. But my problem is when the guys lie.
I
to
agree
women.
with you.
That's the
You
problem.
shouldn't lie.
If you're an athlete, be 100. Say,
Or
yo, I'm gonna
omit
be
the
on tour. I'm gonna do
information.
my
Yeah.
thing. If you want it, you can say. If you don't, you can leave.
But even, I still don't. Even if the girl gets lied to as an NFL player, I'm like, I still don't feel bad.
Yeah.
It's like even if you
You
lied,
knew
come
what you signed
on.
up for. Yeah.
I agree.
What did you think was gonna happen?
I think to me, it's,
Jason Derulo's baby mama. I'm talking to you. I got
Look.
so mad when I saw that that story, and everyone's like, "Oh, that poor woman," and I'm like, "No,
No.
Nasky." I'm like, "You've dated like 10 athletes. They probably all cheated on you, and now you're shocked when he does it after you have a kid, and now you're gonna leave after you have."
That's
the
like
baby
Brittany
when he's
Renner.
humping girls on stage. Stop it.
listen,
Stop it.
you Pearly, you told no lies in your whole monologue right there. And to me, I agree with you 100%. And my rule of thumb is
It's like he has to give a summary. You told no lies in your monologue. Wow. Oh my God, guys, it's hit midnight and my eyes are officially shutting. And he's got a whole hour to go. And I say he because he's probably going to be speaking most of the time. So I'm just going to wrap it up here because my eyes are shutting. Your girl is tired, but it's been so fun being back live streaming. I'm hoping that I can do more of this soon. So yeah, if you have enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up and obviously hit the subscribe button as well and come join the family. Everyone who joined me today, thank you so much. And if you are catching this on replay, I hope you enjoyed it as well. But yeah, until next time, let me find my countdown. Take care and God bless. Bye-bye.